Ring wearing, kiss stealing, woo, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. Yeah, we Ric Flairing on them niggas. It's apparent these girls staring. I'm Ric Flairing, gold across my chest. I'm fresh to death, I'm Paul Bearing. Not at all scary. When I open like Betty Wops, then find to these circles that's going in like a carry shot. Woo! I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary Crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Committed tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elders trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My grind repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow who can't cry for spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness, it's really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, black son, we ain't nothing like the mother guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Woo! Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas.
Yeah, DQ baby. Shout out that boy nigga for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, sun up. What's up, Vinny Vegas? What in Vegas? Yeah. Shout out Pharaoh's Kids, D-Phase, yeah, Bubba C, yeah, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing, son up, baby.
Amazon.
Hey, yo, Scotty, you going crazy for this one. We see what you're doing, we salute you. Hey, let's get it started. It's Backpack Capital One. What's in your wallet? Got a call from my man A. Scott. I said I got it. Love that you highlighting all of these black colleges. Try to pay me for doing this. Look, bruh, if you don't get off my line with that foolishness, voice of the SWAC, pull up where you at. No cap if the Brody is speaking the soft facts. My advice, tune in to every show. Captain Petty, but we know that the sergeants with the smoke. Speculate, just tell me what is we doing. Get into it, okay, look, I'ma say this and keep it moving. My boy Scotty, man, he offered a leash. Black grad, paying college, I'm glad that he called me. Walking cause we all been taught that talk is cheap. Even primetime knows Scott for the HBCU streets.
What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Scotty Silk in the building tonight. What is going on? Hey, you're listening to the smooth sounds of Scotty Silk and OFFScript tonight. And you know, when I hear that, hey, You know when I hear that, hey, you know your boy Scotty Silk got to be in the building because Scotty Silk is here to talk to you about all the hating that's going on. Ain't no hateration or holleration in this dancery, okay? So we gonna get into a little hate today. All right, so there's been a lot of backlash for my man Primetime. You know, it looked wet, but it was dry. Okay, I feel you. Can I get a 2 squirts in the spits? Okay, now you know that. You know you just the backlash has just been unreal. See, you know when Scotty Silk, when Scotty Silk does the hating, it's nothing but pure facts, baby. Okay, it's nothing but pure facts. Okay, that's how Scotty Silk does the hate. Now, when haters just wanna that is not approved by Scotty Silk. Okay, so we gonna get into a couple things today, but before we get into that, we gonna get into these announcements. Okay, remember, Scotty's bandwagon National Signing Day is still up and live at January 3rd. Do you hear me? Okay, holla if you hear me. All right, bandwagon National Signing Day is January 3rd. Okay, also, Scotty still has not took his lazy ass and upgraded that podcast. Okay. He's supposed to be this all-world entrepreneur, and the Bama can't even get his podcast together. Can I get a okay? All right. Once again, if you have not heard or have not been aware, the SWAC and Dr. Charles McClellan have gone to Deion and officially renamed it the Deion Sanders Athletic Conference. Okay, holla if you hear me. Okay, holla if you hear me. Now, let's get into a little let's get into a little facts. You know, of what's been going on today. Now, it has been pure pandemonium from Florida State fans. Can I get a pure pandemonium? I got a man, Daniel J. Grant, says my most prized possession of all my Florida State memorabilia is Deion was my childhood hero. All right. I hope they never allow that. He pretty much, you wanted to say the N-word, back on campus, okay? Florida State should immediately unretire his number as well. All right. He has never given a damn dime back to the school, so no one should really be surprised. Daniel Grant, you are boy, you are emotional, okay? And then we got the dog Gottlieb Liberty boy, and he says HBCU football doesn't have close to the same support athletically, academically, medically, and they play in an inferior schedule with inferior teammates. I'm addition of football. I have no idea what he's trying to say. In addition of football is what he's trying to say. Come on, you a writer, bro. You a journalist. What are we doing? Okay. Any person would prefer to go to UGA, Florida State, TAMU alum for help in the workforce. Can I get a boy? You are emotional. Okay. So I'm going to say my piece. I'm about to let these call lines speak for themselves, okay? You know, once you hear the white lady, the call lines is open.
You are the only participant in the conference.
You heard the white lady. The call lines is open. Now, I want to get to a little, okay? First of all, we all understand what is going on here, all right? We all understand what is going on here. It is pure hate, and I can't stand it because, you know, when Scotty Silk, when I hate, it's all facts. It's all facts based. But you know what these Florida State fans are doing right now? You know exactly what they doing. This is what they doing. This is what them Florida State fans are doing. Come on. Come on. You know what they doing. You know what they doing. They emotional right now, guys. They emotional right now. Okay. So let me say, if you haven't heard, if you haven't heard the whole Doug, I'm gonna just call it Bama Doug, right? If you haven't heard what Doug said on his Florida State or his little Fox Sports thing or whatever he got going on, right? My point is this: if and Paul Feinbaum said it earlier today, if Travis Hunter would have went to any other white institution, there would not have been any issues today. It would have been a 10-second ticker. Oh, Alabama flips #1 recruit to Alabama from Florida State or whatever. But they feel the need to be so up in arms because a black man, I'm going to say it again, a black man went to a historically black college. And then Doug, I listened to his 13-second, his snippet or whatever. He said that this young black man would have more support, all right? Would have more support at a historically predominantly white institution than at a historically black college. What type of shit is that, right? Now, this is what everything that white people up in arms are focused on is strictly football. The reason that is strictly football is because you can't speak for a black man that you have never been. You've never been a black man. You've never been black in your life. You've never dealt with black plight. So how can you speak on anything outside of sports saying that going to an historically black college benefits a black young man or does not benefit a black young man? How can you speak on that? You can't. How can and once again, if you go back, I got it, man. We got to spit facts today because I'm done with the foolishness, right? I'm done with the foolishness. All right, let me get to where I'm going. I'm gonna take a call real quick while I get this set up. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Hey, Oscar, what's going on, man? This is David from Tallahassee.
Talk to me.
Hey, man, I got to address some things, man. You know, I'm at the news station. I actually report for sports and stuff like that. And I just want to give some insight to, like, what's going on right now with the Florida State fandom right now and how upset they are. I do want to address a couple things really quick because I don't want to hold your lines up, but this needs to be said. This whole thing, because the fans right now down Florida State are complaining about the NIL deal. They're saying that basically, you know, Deion Sanders paid $1.5 million from Barstool, this, that, and the third. That's the only reason why this kid committed to Jackson State. He flipped from Florida State. Well, here's my thing. Where was all the notion when Ohio State, Alabama, and all the rest of these cats was doing the same thing, getting the same deal? There was no up in arms, well, because JSU, if this is true, we don't know it's true until he gets on he gets on campus and he signs his name on the dotted line to commit to JSU, whether he's getting that money or not. We don't even know if that's true. So I just want to address it. That's one. Two, I want to address something that Wiley said, man. He said yesterday on his show that that Travis Hunter committing was a campaign. It wasn't from his heart, and it wasn't real. It was just, he's just trying to do it for black people. That's not really his first choice. So what? We don't know what was the choice. At the end of the day, Deion Sanders was the man's idol. Yeah. He was considering Florida State because he idolized and wanted to be like Prime. Yeah. So you have the opportunity to go and get coached by Coach Prime, and he said, you know what? I'm going to leave my dream school on the table. I'm going to go to something where Deion Sanders is there and get coached, man. So this whole narrative that's going around is very funny. And then three, my last point is, so Florida's very upset right now. So what they did is they came up with some legislation that basically said that, you know what, if you're verbally committed now, you cannot negotiate any NIL deals while you're committed. So yeah, you heard it here first. They came out with some legislation yesterday afternoon, and then the guy tried to say that was in the state legislation yesterday with the governor he was like, well, we had this in the works, and that this had nothing to do with Travis Hunter flipping. It just was a coincidence, and that's complete BS. I want to call them out, bring this to y'all's attention. If y'all don't believe me, please Google it. Florida's already working to try to stop future recruits from Florida to go to these HBCUs, not just JSU, but HBCUs in general, with these NA trying to control the money that the NIL is giving them. So I just wanted to put that out there, man. That's all I had to say on that. It's just ridiculous what's going on. Obviously, I just think in closing that these white folks showing their true colors is going to push more black kids to see, well, you know what? This is what they really think of us, in the first place. And now that they're really showing us how they feel when we don't go to their schools, maybe we do need to start looking at HBCUs more seriously, man.
Yeah, man.
Thanks, man. Have a good one.
Hey, appreciate it, man. I want to bring this clip up before I start taking more callers and before I get my point. I want to bring this clip up, right?
You got NFL scouts at every single game. You even tweeted that this year 256 players were drafted and not one from HBCU. Right. I don't like that stat.
I'm changing all that.
But I understand that stat, Prime, because y'all cannot compete with the teams that have so much resources. Those Power 5, Prime, you cannot compete with the Power 5.
So how do you compete with them? You bring in a conduit for change. You bring in a conduit for change. Everything starts with the mind first. Let's attack the mind and understand how can we level the playing field. First of all, I don't want to level nothing. I want to have the advantage.
Come on, man. Listen, that conduit for change, like, you got to understand what that means, right? A conduit for change. Like, you got to change the mindset. That's what you got to change. You have to change the mind. It's no different than when, listen, and I'm sorry, there's no different than when Harriet Tubman would come back and grab slaves, and they would be so scared to leave, right? You got to change your mind. You either want to be free or you want to stay where you've always been, right? Now, the conduit for change, the first one was Deion. That's the first domino, right? The second domino was ESPN and all the eyes on, like, oh shoot, okay, there's something working down here. There's some players down here. There's talent down here, right? The third conduit for change is the number one freaking recruit comes to Jackson State and picks them over a PWI, right? So now the next conduit for change is Deion progressing that lineage, right? So now he's bringing bringing that old thing back. He's bringing that old thing back to be like, now we got players going to the league from here. We got players going from the league from Alabama A&M. We got players going because listen, guys, as much as you want to bring up the 90s and stuff, kids nowadays don't go past 2010. All right? Kids nowadays do not go past 2010, maybe 2000. Like, I felt bad when I'm seeing kids in high school dress up like the 2000s. Got the headband, baggy clothes. So you got to understand, I know a lot of old heads on here talking about, Scotty, what happened in 1960? Scotty, 1970? Scotty, 1980? Kids don't give a damn about that. All right. These kids nowadays are buddy, what my friend's doing, what the gram looking like, how many likes I'm gonna get, how many followers I got. That's what kids like nowadays. And Deion is Deion is all in the Kool-Aid and he knows every flavor. How you want it, I give it to you. Okay. So my point is this: Travis Hunter going to this is another form of conduit of change. Right? You got to change the narrative. I don't give a damn if Jackson State gets 5 stars or 4 5 stars. You got to change the narrative, right? Because there's going to be kids that go to A&M that are looking forward to seeing those 4 and 5 stars across the field and say, okay, oh, this is an NFL game today. This is where I'm gonna get my tape today. There's going to be kids that get up for that game because there's kids that don't need a 5 and 4 star rating to be like, I'm that dog. He can't see me. So as much as Jackson State fans will love, listen, kids are going to get up for that. Kids are going to want to step into the SWAC because of that. It's just a conduit of. Listen, you got to make it look cool. I keep trying to tell y'all that. Listen, all this stuff about history is cool and dandy. It has to be cool. Hold on. All right, it has to be. You gotta make the SWAC look cool. When Travis Hunter steps in the SWAC, it's official. It's not a white person making it official. White people don't, listen, white people don't solidify shit other than corporate life. Everything white people do is off the back of the culture. Oh, that's cool? Where's that cool at? Oh, you saw a black kid doing it? Oh, it must be cool. Oh my God. Oh, you saw a black man wearing that? Oh, it's cool. Balenciaga is not cool unless Offset is wearing it. Who else? Ace of Spade is not cool unless Jay-Z owns it. Cristal is not Cristal without Jay-Z representing it. Belvedere ain't shit without Rockefeller. Louis Vuitton is not as cool to black people without Kanye being Louis Vuitton Don. Like, come on, like, let's stop playing these games, man. Like, black people make the culture. So when Travis Hunter steps down, when Travis Hunter steps into the SWAC and he's like, yo, I'm here, he just made it cool. He just made it cool. Hey, man, I'm going to holler at my other 4 and 5 star guys, man. Y'all got to get down here, bro. It's different. You see the girls here. You see the guys here. You see my people here. They all behind us. Now, the only thing us as black people is the only thing we need to take ownership of is the fact that we have to come out in droves. I agree with that. Deion made it exciting. I'll give you that. Deion made it exciting. Travis Hunter made it cool. All right, I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say it for the people in the back. Hold on. Deion Sanders made it exciting. Travis Hunter made it cool. All right, because the bond of them two built the whole thing. Deion Sanders made it exciting, like, oh shit, what's going on down there? All right. Oh snap! What's going on? All right, but Travis Hunter made it cool to his compadres, like, bro, this where it's at, man. Like, how you not coming down here with me? Come kick it with me. It's no different if Mikey Williams goes to Hampton or if Mikey Williams goes to Texas Southern. Mikey Williams goes to Texas Southern. He got a whole bunch of boys he didn't play with before. Bro, come down here with me and kick it. Like, let's take this thing over. Miami, listen very close. All you University of Miami fans, Miami ain't shit without all the brothers that went there. There is none of this without all the black players that they recruited back in the 80s. Okay? Miami is not the U, okay? Let's be very clear. The U is black. Miami is white. The University of Miami is white. The U is black. Okay, let's be very clear. So once again, you make black people make it cool. That was the cool thing to do. All right. If you talk to Mr. Mel B, the running back, he said he called all his homeboys in Miami and was like, yo, let's just go to Miami and kill it. Let's just go to Miami to kill it. You don't think kids in Mississippi can really get together, that Delta Triangle in Mississippi, and like, yo, let's just go to Jackson State and kill these Bamas. Let's just do it. Let's just make it so. Let's just do it, man. Let's stay in the SIP. Let's represent and let's kill it with Deion. It is what it is, man. Let me finish this clip.
I want to have the advantage. Now, you mean to tell me that this brother here coming out of the heart of Miami is better suited to go somewhere like that than come to me? Yes. When I speak his language, when I know his voice, when I know his needs and I know his wants, and I set right where he's
training table with the trainers, with the exposure, with the 100,000 people in the game. You know what I'm saying? 52, they had to go play with.
Then come to me.
Yes.
When I speak his language, when I know his voice, when I know his needs and I know his wants, and I set right where he set. How is that? So now you into the glamour. So if you
come on, bro. Deion preaching, bro. Deion preaching. How? Listen, guys, like, come on, man. Like, let's be very clear. Nick Saban is not understanding black people. Okay? Dabo Swinney is not understanding black people. Like, yeah, you might get black kids, but you would never understand what it's like to be black. You put on the role of white savior. Oh, if I go to Alabama, I'm gonna get my family out the crib. I'm gonna get my family. Oh, if I go to Clemson, I'm gonna go to the pros. So you don't understand black people. You don't. There's not one white coach. Yes, you can listen, bro. You can understand. You could have empathy for a black man, but you would never understand black people. Okay, you can. That can't even cross your mind of what it is, because our lives and your lives are not the same. What we worry about, you never have to worry about. Okay, so Deion is absolute. Deion was there. He was the 7-year-old saying, "I'm gonna get my mama out the hood." He was the guy that got drafted and bought his mama a crib. He was the guy from Florida that he had people living in his house and he was in the ghetto in the projects. He was that kid. So how can you tell Deion that he don't understand what you trying to do? He's walked in every bit of your shoes at a time with less resources. He did it at a time with less resources. He didn't have. Deion would have been the first $1 million. He would have been the first social media millionaire if he had everything that everybody had in this time now. Like, really? Deion was such a trailblazer that even when he was doing what he was doing, it still looked at like, oh my God, I can't believe he was doing that. I'm not saying Saban is not a quality man. Did that ever come out my mouth? Stop being. Never said Saban's not a quality guy. I said he could have empathy for black men. He can want to see black men do well. I mean, goddamn, you should. They're the reason that you're Nick Saban. All the black men that you done brought in is the reason you're Nick Saban. Okay, so let's not act. Okay. But at the end of the day, he can never understand a black man's plight. It's not possible. You're not black. So all these Doug Gottliebs and these Florida State alum, which are 91% white, where are all these black Florida State football players and alums? Why are they not speaking on Deion Sanders' behalf? I haven't seen any of them. If they have, please correct me. But they need to come out in full support of Deion Sanders. I don't give a damn that you played for Florida State. Florida State is not bigger than the color on your skin. Florida State is not bigger than the black man's plight. Florida State is not bigger than the culture. There is no freaking Florida State without black men. So what are we talking about? So all these guys and white pundits that think, oh my God, him going to Florida State him not going to Florida State is not a good thing. Bro, you cannot speak on that. You can't speak on it. You just wanted the control of a white man. Like, what are we doing? That's all you wanted. That's literally all you wanted, to have another black kid controlled by a white institution. And I'm not even on this whole conspiracy theory. I know I'm a straight shooter, but let's call it what it is, bro. You're mad a white institution didn't get another black kid, another black top athlete, where 90% of his compadres are white. 90% of the stadium is white. So how can they understand anything that black man is going through other than rooting for him on the football field or on the basketball court? But once again, black people, black men and women are so we want to do, and let's be honest. I'm not gonna paint the whole picture, right? A lot of black men and women come from situations that are not in the best. They're not in the best light. You wouldn't want to live there. You wouldn't want to be there. Projects, hoods, we all that. Their mindset is in survival mode. I'm going to do whatever I got to do to get me out of here. I'm going to do whatever I got to do to get my family out of here. And seeing people come before them that have gone to these white institutions that have made it big. Well, then you say, hey, that's the path. That's the path that I need to take to get to where I want to go. That's the survival instinct in you. It's no different than you saying I need a job other than being a business owner, because a job is going to pay me money every single 2 weeks, everything in this, and I'm gonna be able to take care of myself. Because at the end of the day, you want to take care of yourself. At the end of the day, the kids that are coming out these situations want to take care of themselves, want to take care of their family. If they have kids, they want to take care of their kids. So it's never really about them. That's the thing. White people, white kids, 9 times out of 10, when they go to school, it's just about them, right? When these black athletes are trying to go to school, they're not just worried about them. They're over there trying to take care of mama and them. All right, I gotta do well to get mama and them out. So it is what it is. But if you don't think Deion Sanders wants to have every single one of those black men and women that is in this vicinity, black men from the football team, if you don't think he wants them to do well, if you don't think he wants them to be successful, and that's without the NFL, because he knows that not everybody on this Florida State team went to the NFL, okay? But if you don't think that Deion Sanders want all these men and women to win, all these black men and women to win, regardless of football, you're bugging. All right, let me take a caller.
Deion Sanders want all these
Steven.
men and women.
Hey, Mr. Campbell, what's up? Talk to me.
All these black men and women.
All right, man. Let's get our props together, man. Pull up that first, because we got to go over these exhibits like the courtroom.
All right,
pull up that first one with the guy burning Deion's jersey, because we're gonna address that first.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, man. Let's talk about this. So here's what I tried to tell all of y'all about true Florida State. I told everybody on this chat, in this group, about how these people from Florida State were. So let me get this straight. So this is your best player ever, and you burn his jersey. Now, you think they would have did that to Tim Tebow down in Florida if he had went to Miami and flipped the guy from Florida? They wouldn't have did that. No way they would have did that. Do you see anywhere all the white football players that played with Deion and say, how dare you burn my teammate's jersey? That's unacceptable. I played with Deion. We all Florida State. Have you heard that we all Florida State?
Nope.
Now all of a sudden Deion ain't Florida State no more, right? See, this is what I've been trying to tell people, that they need to wake up. I tried to tell y'all about how Florida State was, because I'm telling you, it was people from FAMU that would get on shows like this, that would be on the radio, defending against them white folks who would talk about Deion like a dog. Like a dog. And let me give you something to tie into this. Dabo Swinney, who went to the University of Alabama, won a national championship, talking cash shit. Now, Dabo has stolen, quote-unquote, flip players from Alabama to come to Clemson. You see anybody from Alabama burning his jerseys?
Negative.
Saying that Dabo, how dare he do that? You ain't seen none of that, have you? Now, one time. See, this is what we got to wake up and see. They are not loyal. They only want you to play football. Now, let's get on this shit about Doug Gottlieb. Football does not have close to the same support athletically, academically, medically, and they play inferior schedule, inferior teammates. I'm going to say it just like he said it. Football. Now, listen, I want everybody that is black and white to listen to what this man said. Any person would prefer to be a UGA, FSU, or Texas A&M alum for the help in the workforce. So basically he's saying, hey, you black people, y'all can't even get no job without us. That's what he's saying. That's what he wrote. That's what he believes. that us black folks need him to get a job. Well, I am here to set the record straight, Doug Gottlieb. That boy Travis Hunter will have a much better shot getting a job because you know why? Because the chairman for Microsoft went to FAMU. Because the vice president of this went to Jackson State. The vice president of that went to Grambling. And on and on and on. Now you show me how many of your alumni that look like me got them same positions. I'll wait. But the audacity and the arrogance and the disrespect to say that a black man can't go to a black school and get a job. Now I'm gonna give it the facility. I don't care about no weight room, but he said my education and my connections can't get me a job. Is he effing crazy? The company he works for, a black woman is a vice president in the news department. See, this is what we got to understand why they do not want to change the game. They do not want this. Because, see, this is what they have always known. The only way they get those black players, they got to give them something shiny. You come play football. They don't never talk about anything else.
Facts.
Play football.
Facts.
You come over here and play football. Ask them about anything about life. Like Deion had to tell Chan and Crowder's ass. So it's easy to give somebody some shiny weights and put them in front. But you want to find out what they really think about you? Look at that burning jersey. See, that's what they really think about you. That's what they really know. And to this man that's in the chat, Bolden, let me tell you something. I ain't got nothing against Nick Saban, but let me tell you something, what Deion said. And this is from Nick Saban. When Barack Obama was running, and they asked him, you got all these black players, have you talked about the significance of having the first black president? Oh, I wasn't even thinking about that. I didn't even know when the election was. You think a black coach is going to say that at HBCU?
Negative.
We go register the players to vote. You know what happened down at LSU, Scotty? When they had the George Floyd, they went to Ed Ogeron and they said, hey, coach, we want to go, register the vote. We want to, I don't know about all that. And they had to drag his big fat ass out there to do it. The same thing that Trevor Lawrence had to do with Dabo, because he told Dabo, if you don't bring your ass to this Black Lives Matter, you're going to lose all these black players, because they're telling me that. You better wake up, folks, because this is what they think about you. This is what they think about having these type of shows. They don't want Scotty on here because he ain't saying everything he say. They want y'all to go listen to some white YouTube channel and be quiet. But I ain't going to be quiet. I'm going to be loud as hell today. Because this right here, when this man says that if going to Florida A&M is inferior, he better look at our resume, baby. He better look at Morehouse College resume, Southern's resume, Texas Southern, Bethune-Cookman, North Carolina A&T's resumes. We don't stand behind nobody. And he will not ever at Oklahoma State. Because, see, I don't care nothing about no white alum, because I'm not white. You show me what your black alums is doing. If I sent my child there, what would they get? I know what they get if they go to Jackson State with Deion. I know what they get with Willie Simmons if they went to FAMU. I know what they would get with Hugh Jackson down at Grambling. Because no matter what, if they don't get drafted, I know they're going to get an education, and they're going to be just like Bishop Monty, who's going to call a FAMU alumni, and they're going to give them a damn job. That's the way this is, man. This has to be checked up, brother. This is unacceptable. And Doug Gottlieb needs to be called out because this is one of the most racist things that I've ever seen. Because you know the funny thing, and then I'm going to leave it at this. ESPN has 300 kids that they rank. We only got one. And them some bitches, man, they got the other 299. Hot. And these motherfuckers is mad about the one.
Hot.
Think about that.
That's crazy. That's a good point, Mr. Campbell. That's a damn good point.
Think about that. This is how the white man, and I'm sorry that I'm not being whatever anybody wants to say, but I'm giving y'all reality. Even still, when we get one, they don't even want y'all to have the one. That's how they think about you. That's why they don't want you to move forward. That's why they don't want us to move forward as a collective. Because see, when we start getting as a collective, because you know the great thing that happened yesterday, it didn't make a difference what school you went to. Everybody was a Tiger yesterday.
Facts.
Because everybody was happy. Because I knew what this was for the culture. I don't care. That boy might get 3 interceptions on McCain's ass down there Labor Day weekend. But I'm happy he's at Jackson State instead of being at damn Florida State. How about that? I want y'all to read what that man wrote because he's talking about y'all. the people that's in this chat. And like I say, to that dude that's Ron to talk about, don't tell me nothing about Nick Saban. Don't tell me nothing about it, because he is an ends to a means. Those black players suit his purpose, because if everyone that boy bounced, he would not be Nick Saban. You found out down in Miami what he really was. Never forget, it's always the player, never the coach. All right, man, I'm out.
Appreciate it, Mr. Campbell. Listen, man, Mr. Campbell's out here preaching today. Let's get to some more callers. Hey, man, 516-259-9041 if you want to speak your mind on this issue. 516-259-9041 if you want to speak your mind on this issue. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
You, what's going on, bro?
What's up, CFL? Talk to me.
All right, so listen. If y'all think that this is bad, I hope y'all know if Coach Prime pulls off Shamar Evans from Texas A&M, from that Texas fan base, y'all gonna see racism like you ain't never seen it before. Y'all gonna see racism like you ain't never seen it before. Cause that Texas fan base is a lot worse, and he's rumored to be pulling two of these kids. Shamar's name being the heaviest, but he's rumored to be pulling Shamar and the number one receiver in the country as well. Like, they're rumored to be flipping. So if that happens, it's gonna be racism on a whole nother scale. And I'm not surprised, right? Like, nobody should be surprised by this, because we know that they really view these kids as commodities and nothing more, right?
Yeah.
So see, they love these kids when they're jumping high in the air and catching these passes and everything like that. They love that. But as soon as these kids stick up for themselves or make decisions for themselves or anything like that, now it's a problem, right? Like, I was watching a Florida State podcast yesterday when the news broke, and one of the hosts, like, he was upset. He was like, I don't have a problem with him choosing Jackson State, which is a true lie. He said his problem was that Travis went about it all wrong. And I'm like, you're not upset. You're not upset at that, right? Because if Travis was committed to another school and then chose y'all just like that without informing the other school, you would not be saying this.
Facts.
You feel me? Like, you would not be saying this at all. The hypocrisies with them, it's amazing. Like, and what they don't understand is that by showing their true colors, they're doing nothing but helping HBCUs even more. Because now, if I'm a 4 or 5 star recruit and I'm looking at the way y'all are treating Travis because of his decision and how y'all are talking about Prime, you know what I'm gonna think? Well, damn, what they gonna say if I just decide to take some more time to look out my options, to weigh out my options? What are they gonna say about me? How do y'all really feel about me? Maybe I should look towards the HBCU more, knowing how y'all really feel about me. So by them showing their true colors, they're actually helping Jackson State as well as HBCUs in general, their cause a lot more. And I don't know. I'm just saying, I think it's gonna get a lot crazier if he flips that Shamar kid as well.
Man, and we'll see. Listen, man, it's no different than just kicking over. You know, you like let me. When I was growing up, right, my mom used to tell me to clean my room, and I used to just put my clothes behind my bed that was close to the wall, and I would just hide it there. And you know, for a long time, I got away with it. You know what I'm saying? Until she pulled back the mattress. He's like, "Yo, oh, you've been doing this, throwing it." Listen, you're starting to see everything come to light. But the issue is this. This is where the issue is. It's not just the kids that have to get on board. It's parents seeing the backlash and saying, "You're not going there. You're not going." If they're treating him like that, what are they going to think of you? You're not going there. That is what parents need to start saying.
Exactly. And you know what? Yeah, that actually happened to me, because I remember when my mom, like, she saw a certain school, she was just like off the rip. She was like, you ain't going here. Like, I remember you saying, like, your mom, when she went to state, it was like, you're not going here.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, no, my mom was the same way. I wanted to go to state too. She was like, you ain't going here. So it's like, as a black parent, when are you gonna look at this institution for what it is, right? Like, I never talk bad about kids making any decisions, but if I'm a black parent, I'm not sending my kid to an Ole Miss where your mascot is a rebel, and your song is something with like the Dixie. Like, I'm not sending my kid there where y'all don't even have enough respect for black people in general to change that shit, right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of their traditions in college football are rooted in racism. A lot of it, especially in the South, a lot of it is rooted in racism. And as soon as someone wants to change it, it's like they get all up in arms. So if I'm seeing it as a black parent, why would I still want to bring my kid there? I think you're right about that. Parents got to look at this and say, you know what? At some point, I gotta prioritize like respect and the safety of my child over money and facilities and uniforms and everything like that. I think you're right on that.
That's real. Hey, appreciate the call, C.
All right, bro.
Hey, also, you got your show today, right? With the Thursday, James, with the Bulldog Report?
Yeah, 7:30. Me and Terrence Tucker, the SC State insider and journalist, we're going to be talking about South Carolina State and the Celebration Bowl.
All right, tune into that, guys, on his channel, 7:30. Make sure y'all tune into that. Appreciate the call, C.
All right, bro.
All right, man, peace. All right, guys, listen, the like police is right next to me. Oh.
Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. So you have one of the hardest working men in YouTube here, giving you all a platform to speak. And we're talking about support of our people, and we can't get a free like. That's hypocrisy. So let's go ahead and get the likes up. I'm not going to give you a number. If you're watching from a phone, hit the thumbs up. And let's just do this. To our new viewers, I'm Miss Script. I don't mind interrupting the broadcast. It's one of the perks of being with the owner of the broadcast. So I'll wait because I'm patient. We have 713 people watching. We need those likes to come up. Thank you, Kedrick. And I definitely want to hear all these opinions. I love hearing these stories because they have been inspiring. In the meantime, check out the OFFScript podcast. Don't forget to support our brother Blue and check out some of the previous videos. Call in and voice your opinions. If you are a new member, you do get priority calling by dropping the last 4 digits of your number in the chat. And the link is being dropped in the chat repeatedly by some of our moderators. Let me see here. Doc, I see you. But our saying here is to come in and wipe your feet. So that means like the stream. You want to take a water break?
All right.
Yeah, go ahead. Take a water break.
See, man, this could all be avoided if y'all just hit the like button. Wouldn't have to do all this. I'm gonna take a caller. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm just take a caller. A member caller. It's a member. Okay. Hey, Walker, talk to me. Said, Walker.
What's going on? What's going on?
You live. Talk to me.
I got a lot to say. I got a lot to say.
Let it out.
I got a lot to say. Let me tell you something. This is my first call. I know I be in the chat a lot and saying this, being pro JSU, but I didn't go to Jackson State. My deceased father, he was the first black judge. He was awarded that November the 14th of 1979. So just imagine that in the great old state of Mississippi. My mother is a Jackson State graduate. My deceased father was a Jackson State graduate. And to see things that I've been seeing online about how they are doing Coach Prime and this young 17-year-old kid. Imagine that. This young man hasn't experienced life yet. I even saw one of the interviews where the young man was saying he was thanking his coaches for assisting him and helping him getting his grades up. Now to go back to Nick Saban, there was an interview last year that he did with a great ESPN commentator by the name of Maria Taylor. I want you guys to research that. Look it up. It should be on YouTube. And if you see the way Nick Saban, his piece of shit ass, and I'm going to say it first, the way he talked down to that lady, first of all, that was a female. That's number one. Number two, this is a African-American female that's covering football, which is a man-child sport. And you mean to tell me, just go research that. It was so bad that Nick Saban's wife had to get Nick Saban, his piece of shit ass, to apologize to Maria Taylor. Let me tell you guys something in this chat. It is real. I'm not trying to brag. Hey, I came from an HBCU, a small HBCU. It's called Tougaloo College. It's in Jackson, Mississippi. That little small college, let me tell you about that little small college right there. You had to have a 3.0 and at least a 21 on the ACT for them to even look at the ink to the paper. Just for them to even look at it. And I went there and graduated from there. I have doctors, lawyers, accountants. They all work for me. Matter of fact, 6 months ago, I fired an MD because he told me that he want to see my bio. So people, we need to wake up. It's okay to go to a PWI. Hell, I went to them. But at Tougaloo College, I graduated with a 2.9 and worked my butt off to get that. But at Mississippi State University, University of Memphis, Harvard, I went there too. I had a 4.0 at the latter three. Because that HBCU prepared me. I wasn't just a number. See, at these PWIs, it's just like, okay, what can you give us? And this, that, and third, and it's over with. And not trying to get off track. But what you have to understand is, we have to understand is, I was having a conversation with one of my colleagues the other day, and this was a white guy. And he roll tide everything, right? I told him, I said, what if we took 50% of your elite talent, which, you know, those four stars and 5 stars. I didn't use the term black, but let's just be real. And I'm going to leave it at that. What if we took that off your team and sent them to the SWAC? Then you're going to see the Walter Paytons. You're going to see the Jerry Rices. You're going to see the Aeneas Williams. You're going to see the Doug Williams. You're going to see the Steve McNairs. And by the way, just to put a little caveat into that, you realize JSU football, it wasn't recent, but it was in the 2000 era. They produced 2 first-rounders the same year. Sylvester Cat Morris and Rashad Anderson. But see, they don't pump that up. Why would you do this little 17-year-old kid the way they doing this man? First of all, I don't give a damn. My son was a DB. If Deion Coach Prime was at Hutchinson Community College, I'm sending my son there. I'm sending him there because he's the best there it was, best there is, and the best there ever be at a cornerback, at the cornerback position. So why in the hell are you trying to disrespect this young man? The man said his dream school was Florida State. We didn't keep going. We didn't put a comma. You know, HBCUs, they teach us to, you know, use proper grammar and English as well. The reason why that was his dream school is because he grew up admiring prime time.
Yeah. So, hey, man, I got a lot of people on call. You got to wrap it up for me.
Yeah. I'm gonna wrap it up. I just had to put that out there. And like I said, I am a CFO of a Fortune 500 company. Now I can't get a name, security reasons, all this other type stuff. But I'm in my truck right now. I'm not in my office. But what Doc Campbell's saying and the things that you're saying, keep on pushing the message to the culture. Because I want all my culture people out there to realize you are goddamn it not a goddamn number. And I mean that. You are people that contribute. Thank you, sir. And I appreciate you.
I appreciate it, Mr. Walker. Thank you so much for the call. What's up, babe? I'm putting it on. All right. So from here on out, everybody got a timer. All right. So let me get this timer going. I'm giving everybody 5 minutes because this is very tough. This is very touchy topic. So I'm gonna give y'all 5 minutes to speak your mind. All right. So just getting y'all the heads up. Hey, David, you live. Talk to me. Timer's on.
Okay, what's up, man? Man, I'm just reading about what Doug Gottlieb said. He's basically a fucking idiot. Like, he's an idiot. Is not inferior athletically, not inferior. HBCU is not inferior athletically, academically, socially. It's basically like I always said when we had the show on Tuesday. It's a family. You know what I'm saying? HBCUs is a family, and for him to make that decision to flip his commit from Florida State to Jackson State, that was his best decision. That was the best decision that he made. Nobody didn't make that decision for him. He made that decision. He made it for himself. He made it, and he saw what can be done. What we have. Like, it's a family atmosphere. Where he, like you said, like Colin said the other day, would you get that out of Florida State? Hell no. That you wouldn't get that, any other school. You wouldn't get at no other place but at an HBCU. You'll get the love and the respect and the family atmosphere at the HBCU level. But that's all I got to say, man. You keep up, bro. Keep up with the good work. Keep up with the show, man. I like what we did yesterday, the day before, man. You doing, bro. You on fire this week, man.
Thanks, David, man. Appreciate the call, man.
You on fire.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Man, listen. You got to understand the full aspect of what's going on here, all right? Just like Mr. Campbell said. Listen, what did Maya Angelou say? When somebody shows you who they are, believe them. Listen, I'm all for kids choosing where they want to go. I'm all for that. But at some point, as a parent, because I am one, I have to see the bigger picture for my kids. And the bigger picture lets me know Florida State is not for you. All right? Florida State is not for you or about you. They just want to use you. Now, I'm all for the notion of, hey, it's what we say in the Army. The Army's going to use you. You better use the Army and get whatever you can from them. All right. But at some point, you have to value yourself more than $1. You have to value who you are more than $1. And I know it's easy for me or for a lot of people to sit back and say, hey, we know you could probably go to Alabama. We know you could probably go to University of Texas. But hey, don't do that. Go to a place that cares about you, right? When all these kids have aspirations to go pro, it's hard. But as parents, you have to see the bigger picture for your kid. It is what it is, man. Let me get that. I'm gonna get you something. If you're a member, if you have an icon beside your name and you are a member, please put your last 4 in the digits in the chat so I know that you're there. All right. So let me see. I would see some people I haven't seen before. Hey, caller, you loud. Talk to me.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, I can.
Well, I'm calling in from the aspect of a parent.
Yes, ma'am.
And first of all, I want to say I appreciate your show. I listen a lot, don't get a chance to call, but I appreciate what I'm hearing. And I thank you for opening a lot of eyes. I'm a graduate of a HBCU, Southern University, and my son went to Jackson State, played football for Jackson State. His dad played football for Jackson State.
Oh, wow.
And his dad played football for Jackson State. And so there was no doubt for me when it came time for him to go to college that, first of all, I wanted him to go to an HBCU. And second of all, of course, I wanted him to follow in the footsteps of his, of his parents and grandparents. And
Yes,
so what I'll say to the parents and to you, I appreciate you pushing that message. As an HBCU graduate, I had professors call me. I missed my professor's class for 2 days straight. This gentleman called my house and asked if I was okay, because he said, "You don't miss class. I know this is not like you." That wasn't going to happen at LSU. But at Southern University, my professor called me and made sure that I got what I needed. I had the flu, and he made sure I got all my coursework. He made sure he got it to me. I got it in. And that's the kind of support that we as Black people can do for each other if we take that on. So thank you for that message. Keep pushing it. And to all my brothers and sisters, we'll see you all in Atlanta at the Celebration Bowl, and go Tigers.
Go. Thank you so much for the call. Appreciate it so much. Hey, listen, quick update. I will be at the Celebration Bowl. I was blessed by a subscriber, Q. He blessed me. I will be at the Celebration Bowl. He bought me and my girl a ticket. So shout out to him. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. So if you see me, say what's up. All right, I'm definitely going to be at the bowl. Hey, caller, you loud. Talk to me.
Hey, what's going on, Scotty?
Yeah, talk to me.
Hey, man, listen here, man. You already know I'm fired up. But the thing is, man, we got to start supporting our kids. We got to help them make these decisions, man. We got to sit down with them and explain to them from point A to point B of why, what, when, and where, and how to do certain things going into these schools, man. I am so upset about how they treating this young man. And it's ridiculous, bro. And y'all disrespected Prime because he's opening the floodgates to something that they didn't want to see happen in the first place. And not only that, man, we send our kids out to these schools and they disrespect our kids. They show our kids so much disrespect. They come and bring themselves into our kids' homes and tell them that they're going to do this, that, and the other. And then you have a kid sitting in your college for 3 to 4 years and they ain't even seen the football field or seen the baseball field, basketball, or played basketball. Disrespect them in all kinds of manner, bro. And it's upsetting, it's heartening, man. And I am a prime example of an HBCU school. I went to Harrison State College. That's a teacher college. We don't even have a football team, but I played semi-pro anyway. You know what I mean? So the thing is, we have to stick behind our kids, man, and we have to stick to our guns and we have to support our HBCU schools. We do a lot of talking, but ain't nobody out here supporting. I got kudos up to those parents and all the people that supporting these HBCU schools. Man, keep it up. We got to keep pushing our schools, and the way we get our school to be better, is we keep building the school. Don't just keep the school the same way. We got to keep building these schools up, man, so they can be major universities. So that's all I got to say, bro, man. And I really appreciate you in the show, bro.
Hey,
you really opening up eyes and you opening these doors up for people to have a conversation, man, and their voices heard. So keep up the good work, man.
Man, no, I appreciate you. Thanks for the call. Hey, caller, you loud. Talk to me.
Hey, man. This is a good conversation you having. I think a lot of it comes down to it's definitely coming down to money because it's going to affect people's finances. You think having the number one player in Florida State ain't affecting the bottom line? Because it all comes down to that. I mean, and it's a, you know, it's really it's a trickle down. You know, all these 4-star, 5-star players, they all know each other. It ain't nothing but a group chat. Hey, you know, come to JSU, and all of a sudden, you know, if JSU plays Alcorn, they may be like, you know what? You know, I like the way Alcorn play. So even if they don't go to JSU, you know where they're going. Fred McNair. You know, or they sit there and they play FAM. You know, oh man, I'm from Florida. I really don't want to go to Mississippi. I could go to FAM. Or, you know, I could go to Bethune. I could start right away at Bethune. Bethune needs to go. So it's gonna come down to that. He's gonna be good. They won't let nobody touch him in Mississippi. He's gonna be good. So I think a lot of, once again, I believe a lot is coming out to that bottom line. Because he's definitely affecting that.
Hey, appreciate the call, Dre.
Appreciate it.
All right, man. All right, listen, JT, nobody's going to cancel you because of your opinion, all right? That's your opinion. As long as it's not disrespectful, nobody's going to cancel you. Just that's your truth. I'm always going to let you speak your truth. Just don't be disrespectful. So nobody's going to cancel you for that. All right? Let me get to Mr. Seabrook. I thought somebody said they had a 30-minute wait. The reason you got a 30-minute wait because you're not a member. All right? You gotta wait because you're not a member. Members get to cut the line. You're not a member. That's the nature of the beast. All right, that's what it is. You gotta wait. People like to call into the show. That's what it's about. So like the radio, baby. Hey, Coach Grain, you live.
All right, let me turn my volume down.
You gotta wait.
Hey man, I'm glad you had a chance to see it, man. You know, because I was trying to tell you that yesterday, but you know, I know how we are. You know, that's all love with you, man. You know, always gonna be love with you, man.
Facts.
Even when you do disagree with me, man, it's always love. But you know, let me tell you my experience at HBCU, man. When I got a chance, when I graduated, and you know, you got to pay them senior dues, right?
Mm-hmm.
I went to the cashier's office to pay my senior dues. You know what the cashier told me?
What's up?
It's already paid for. It's already paid for. Dude, I stood there in shock. And then I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and walk before they change their mind. But that's not going to happen at LSU, bro. That's not going to happen at Tulane University. Somebody just pay you. And to this day, I still don't know who paid my senior dues, bro. And I had to scrape up some money to even get that. Call home like, hey, man, I need this much money so I can have enough to pay my senior dues, because I had the other half. So that dude, Doug, bro, that joint made me so mad when I saw that, bro. Because he don't know. How you gonna speak on something that you don't know? Like, as far as my college, Russ College, we got so much alumni that's doing big things, bro. And Russ will help you get a job somewhere just because they know somebody that's at this corporation or over here at this place. And for Doug to even sit and fix his mouth to say anything without talking to anybody that's been affiliated with HBCU, he need to talk to people like BJ, talk to Darius Leonard, the highest paid NFL linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
He need to talk to Hugh Douglas, former NFL player, played for the Philadelphia Eagles, came from Central State, drafted in the first round from Central State. That's not D1, y'all. So these type of people can't be doing stuff like that, man. But, you know, I'm glad you know, when you got off your show, you had a chance to see a lot of stuff that was going on. And that's why I was just trying to bring your attention to at the time. But I'm glad you had a chance to see it for yourself. But that's all I had to say, man.
No, appreciate the call, Coach Green, as always, man.
All right.
Hey, what's up, Power Wall? What's all?
What's up, man?
What's up, man?
I'm so glad. I'm so glad that a lot of stuff is coming to light. Like this is nothing new. I'm
turn your background down.
I was a real JSU.
Turn your background down for me.
I was JSU. Huh?
Turn your background down. I can hear myself in the background. Yeah.
Sorry. I was a JSU fan yesterday, even though I love my Hornets all day long. Because what's happening is we're bringing these fellas home. And what they should have been doing all the time, because they see the shiny objects and everything that those power schools show them. But all they want them boys to do is play football.
Facts.
And 9 times out of 10, they don't get degrees, they don't get valuable education, or because like at a HBCU, you grow up like girls become women, boys become men, because of a lot of stories you've been hearing about the teachers that pour themselves into them, or the lifelong friends you have. Like I got friends that are in my life for like 20-something years from Alabama State University. And I got friends that's from other schools like Southern when we used to go play them. And I marched in the band at Alabama State. I'm a Mighty Marching Hornet. All the other schools, I know it's like I know so many people. I didn't think about it until I got older. Like it's a family.
Facts.
You know? And that's why I've always been HBCUs first, because we take care of our own. And these boys can play. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad we always had boys that can play. But Deion are going to bring the ones that, you know, the Power Fives, they only saw the Power Fives. Now they see him because he was a former player, the best of the best. And he's bringing them back home. And I'm glad they come into his school. They're going to Jackson State. They're going to Southern. And they need to come to Alabama State. I know it's kind of hard right now because a lot of people don't like our new coach, you know, but we'll talk about that on other time. But don't even get started, man. I know what you're about to say.
I'm gonna let you ride. I ain't even gonna take it there today.
but I love this. And this guy on Twitter, the one that was talking to Roland Martin, Bob, whatever his name is, I saw that yesterday. And you know, they just think their schools are so much better and ours, we're nothing. You know, it's like Don't try to say one time we equal everybody. Let's get along. Let's do this. But then something that happened that you don't like, you want to down us and trying to say us that we're inferior to you.
Mm-hmm.
No, we're just as good as you. We have doctors, lawyers, judges, everybody that's graduated from Alabama. I mean, from these HBCUs. So I just want the parents, because my parents poured it into me about Tuskegee, about Alabama State, Florida A&M, Tennessee State. You know. My dad was mad because I could have had a full ride at Tennessee State, but I didn't go because I didn't like the school. I went to Alabama State.
Mm-hmm.
But my thing is, these parents nowadays need to talk to their kids about HBCUs. You know, stop worrying about get this bag. Stop worrying about getting this and getting these Gucci. Tell them to get a damn education, go to school, get your degree. Then you can get them shoes. Then you can get that bag. Go to a school that'll make sure you're there to learn, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And this is I want to see what happens to this guy, Doug Gutterbid. I want to see the backlash he's going to get, because we already know the backlash our HBCUs are going to get, and I'm not even worried about it because I think everybody, all these HBCUs are going to be able to handle it because they've been facing this for decades. So everybody needs to stand in this together, stand tall, support each other. HBCU love, you know.
Yes, sir.
Just keep doing what you do, man.
Hey, appreciate the call, man. All right, Kenyatta, let me say something to you. I feel hurt my little cousin who signed to Florida State couldn't even enjoy his big day because everyone was focused on this. He cried, man, it really broke my heart. Bro, this is okay. My thing is this. Him going to Florida State he still went to Florida State. The accomplishment is the accomplishment. So is him signing to Florida State, is that not the accomplishment? Like take Travis Hunter out the picture, right? He is one, he was higher rated recruit, you know, ever as a DB. So understand that, you know what I'm saying? But your cousin still had a great accomplishment. There's no, just because you didn't get the fanfare and the attention that you wanted does not take away the accomplishment of you getting all your hard work has paid off, and you got the scholarship that you wanted from Florida State. So I feel for your little cousin, but the accomplishment in itself is an accomplishment. Like, I mean, what did he want? More followers? Did he want more likes? Did he want more mentions? Like, he got to where he, like, that's not, if that was the goal, then he made it. If the goal was getting to the NFL, that's just one part of it. So you take that, like, if I'm gonna tell my son congratulations, but at the end of the day, that's not the final goal. The final goal is not just to sign on the dotted line. The final goal is to become one of the Florida State greats. It's become to go to the league. He's not playing at Florida State just to play at Florida State. He's playing at Florida State to probably go to the pros. So you tell your little cousin, yo, suck that up. Yo, when you go on the field, make them remember you. That's what you tell your little cousin. That's what I would tell my son. That's what I would tell my cousin. When you step on the field, make them remember you. That's how you bounce that back at him. I feel for him, but it's not the end of the world. So, I mean, come on, man. Like, that's not the final goal. So it is what it is. Hey, caller, you loud. Talk to me.
What's going on, Daddy? I'm about to burn through these 5 minutes.
All right, go ahead.
I'm about to burn through these 5 minutes. Look, I'm from Chesterfield County, Virginia. We got Virginia State right down the street in Ettrick, Virginia. Beautiful campus. You understand me?
Yeah.
Within 20 miles of the campus, we had a high school team that finished 4th in the state of Virginia 3 years in a row. Virginia State never sent a recruiter down to the high school to look. And we had some guys, we even had 10 miles away, the school that was 10 miles away won the state championship. You understand what I'm saying? So the HBCUs got to get back better into coming back to the hood. Because a lot of times they look down. You know what I'm saying? Like my man said, you had to get a 3. One of the old guys that was talking said you needed the 3.7. Well, shit, half the niggas in the hood can't even read that well.
Facts.
To get that 3.7. But don't let that stop them from being able to go to an HBCU. And the HBCUs got to do a better job of getting back into the community. I don't want to hear about with no white man burning no jersey. I called in a long time ago and we had a conversation. I said, yo, Deion not going back to Florida State for no job. I said, they're going to end up giving Deion a building at Jackson State. You understand? They're going to end up giving that man a building, a whole auditorium, a new library, whatever. I said, they'll never give Deion that if he go to coach at Jackson State. They'll never do it. They'll never do it. Never do it. And as far as my man, the number one recruit, coming to Jackson State, why not? Why not? It's gonna ball.
Yeah.
They got new facilities down there. They got what Shador got the Beats by Dre. Come on, man. I ain't got time for that. We got to focus in-house. What we can do to make our HBCUs better. And I'm gonna tell you the truth, I ain't had the grades to get into college. You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean I wasn't a fan. I typed in earlier, they got mad at Boosie for wearing the colors. Come on, family. That's a black man supporting a black fraternity. Y'all gonna get that man hate because he didn't go through the fire? That's why we behind. Y'all mad. Y'all should have said, yo, Boosie, wear another one courtside. Let's sell 2 million. Let's sell 2 million of these joints. You know what I'm saying? Let's advertise this black fraternity. Let's advertise it. Nah, y'all came in with the hate. We got to stop that. And I've seen it personally. I've seen it with the educated elite black families. Where you live at? I'm gonna look at you a little differently because your address. Well, that's the same hate I'm getting from the white man. But now I'm getting it from somebody who I need to look up to.
Facts. Big facts.
That's live. That's live. And I'm here for the Jackson State. I bought the cable. I ain't even had cable. I bought cable just so I can get the Jackson State game. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like, I ain't even gonna lie. I was like, I ain't about to watch this joint. And like I was like, hold on. We going to the Black College University National Championship, and I seen one cable network talk about it. I think that was like Marcellus and Ocho. You know what I'm saying? I was like, dang, we only getting one live, but that's how they do. Let's not focus on them. Let's go in there, fill it up, sell some merchandise, brand the schools, do a better job. I tell you like this. I seen a kid out of Virginia. He was a junior or sophomore in high school. The running back ran for almost 3,000 rushing yards. Virginia State ain't come up. Virginia Union didn't come down across the bridge and check this kid out. Matter of fact, the #1 running back for Ohio State, he's from Hopewell, Virginia, which is right next to Virginia State. Y'all could have sent the kid some hometown love.
You gotta
They
listen, man.
all the way to Ohio.
They gotta
Gatorade
learn.
National Player of the Year, right next door to an HBCU.
They gotta
right
learn to shoot their
next
shot.
door.
They gotta shoot their shot. You know, you listen.
They gotta shoot their
gotta
shot.
shoot their shot.
They gotta shoot their shot. They got to. I mean, sometimes it's a little political. Everything gets political, but there's enough homegrown talent in the states where these schools is at. That makes me mad. I get mad
You
when
got 45
Virginia State
seconds.
went all the way to DC. Went all the way to DC to recruit Wale to come down. I said, yo, y'all just let all the. I said, whoa. Y'all got enough talent in the backyard where y'all can build a solid football team.
30 seconds.
Enough. 30 seconds. Hey, man, keep doing your thing, family. I love y'all. Stay black. Stay positive.
Hey,
man.
appreciate
Thank
it,
you.
man. Hey, Kenyatta, talk to me.
All right. All right. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. So, I got two things. Had a cousin that went to Collins Hill when the coach that's there now just got there. And he kind of like the people around that area really not messing with their coach. So in my head, the move that Hunter pulled, it was like a power move, throwing back at the coach, because the coach is kind of like I want you to do this and he's gonna do that type of guy. But that's another thing. I don't want to get too deep in that. But speaking on my cousin who did sign to Florida State, like it wasn't for attention. Like the way I worded it probably came out wrong, but it was never that he wanted attention for signing. It was more of, damn, like, shit, what if I decided to flip or change my mind? Or you gonna do me like this? Like they made that kid feel like he wasn't shit on one of his biggest days. And like people, like we're seeing it and like, we like, bro, like, you know that's how they gonna act, because their true colors gonna come out all the time. That's what they always do. That's why, it's like modern day slavery. They want us to come give them money. Well, come do something for money so they can just sponge off us. But his thing was, shit, like, did I make the wrong decision coming to Florida State? Because like all I was trying to do is make shit better for my family. I'm sorry, because I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Making things better for for the family and stuff like that. So he was more upset and hurt at the fact that, you know what I'm saying, this day, like, it showed all these people who, when he was going down there, taking his visits, going and hanging in tally, like, were you being fake towards me? Or like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's real.
Like now he, even though I know my boy gonna go out there and ball and do his thing, and I hope he listening. I wish him nothing but luck in state championship game at Duncanville this weekend. But like, you see what I'm saying? Like, were they being fake to him or what? That's what made him cry. It wasn't the fact that he didn't get the attention and nothing like that, because my boy was gonna get the attention anyway, because that's what he do. But were you being fake or were you not? Like, do you really care about, like, me or not? And like, you know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. And I can't tell, like, I'm gonna shoot you a DM and tell you his name. I don't want to say it here live, because you know what I'm saying, I want to keep my cousin out of that mix. Nah,
you good.
But
Yeah,
like that was the point.
No problem. Hey, hit me up on my Instagram, OFFScript_TV, or hit me up on Twitter, OFFScript_TV.
I got you. I'm gonna text you now.
All right, man. Appreciate you. Hey, that's real. Hey, that's real life right there, man. That's real life, because you start seeing stuff. You're like, man, that's some seriously fake love. That is some serious fake love. Hey, what's up, caller? You live? Talk to me. Timer's on.
My man, I appreciate you once again for opening up your channel, man, for people to be able to get some of these frustrations off, man. You don't know how you're a blessing to so many people around the country, even outside the country, man. So first, keep up the great work, bro.
Appreciate it, Doc.
All right. Well, I'm here, man. Like I said, we've all seen the backlash and the hate and things that are happening around because of this one move, this historical move that has happened in HBCU history. But this is something that needed to happen, and it just so happened to happen right now with the number one person in the country. And it was crazy. I was looking at a show with Keyshawn Johnson and Max Kellerman, and they had Feinbaum on there, and he was breaking down how some of these Power 5 coaches was frustrated, but he was getting on. It was like, this been going on for years. Money been paid behind the scenes for years.
Facts.
Now the playing field is leveled. The playing field is leveled, and and now it's good to see that some of this talent can be spreaded out through college, period. Not just Power 5, but college, period. But like I said, you said one thing today, man. These HBCUs have to now shoot their shot at those players, like the brother that was on from Virginia. You got to shoot your shot, even though they might deny you, but shoot your shot, because now you can level the playing field. Go out and find some major companies that want to support you and have NIL deals on the table for players that may come to your school. It's an open market now for all HBCUs. Nobody is better than nobody. So, this is a great time, and I want to keep seeing what's happening. I heard JSU got some more players. I heard some other schools got more players coming to HBCUs, but it's gonna make a lot of players think that this is a great opportunity to come HBCUs. And what I hope is this could be a portal, like some players that will be 4 or 5 stars, they can come through HBCU that first year as a freshman, because they may not play at a Power 5 as a freshman, and they can come through that HBCU to keep their talents fresh. If they decide to, they can transfer out and go to a Power 5 after their freshman year, but they can come their freshman year and ball out. And like I said, their talent is their talent. If they're 4 or 5 star and they've been recruited all over the country, you come to HBCU, you ball out, you still gonna show your talents, and nobody can stop you. And you might have opportunity to get more NIL deals, because when you go to a Power 5 school, there's too many great talents, so the money might be low for you. So this is a great opportunity. And if HBCUs, the football programs, don't step up, the best HBCU is going to get all the players. I hate to say it, but I appreciate you, Scotty, man. Keep up the great work, man. Keep bringing good topics, man. And I'll talk to you later.
No problem, Doc. Appreciate it. Hey, listen up, guys. I'm taking all callers. All right. I'm going to be on air as long as you guys keep calling in. I'm going to be here. So don't worry if you're on hold for a while. Trust me, I'm going to get to you. If you're a member, you get to skip the line. Like my man, Michael Colvin, see the little circle around him? The description's in the chat below. If you would like to skip the line, become a member. Doesn't matter what level, become a member. You can skip the line and call in, all right? I'm going as long as I got callers. I promise you, I will get to every single one of y'all, all right? Hey, what's up, Coach Art? You live.
How you doing, Scotty?
All right, what's up? Talk to me. You got the timers on.
All right, so again, this goes back to what we were talking about earlier about how we need to have our own, just the whole narrative and fake programs like you. One thing is they're saying this is something new, but it's not. We talked about the 1979 Florida A&M Miami game, but if you look at the 1975 NFL draft, out of the top 10 picks, you had 5 of them from black colleges. It was like 3 from Jackson State, 1 from Grambling, 1 from somewhere else. So this is not new. This is what it used to be. Also, what they're doing is only going to help historically black colleges, universities. White folks are showing their true colors. So you don't think Coach Prime is about to come out with a video, and they showing their true colors. Look how they act. It's floodgates are going to open and more going to come. So I just think, that it's sad that you got adults picking on a kid, burning jerseys, and Sanders is banned from campus. All this is sad, and I really hope, just like the Trayvon Martin incidents and other things that led to
there's renaissance or reawakening, more black people wake up and we leave, their devices and, do our own things, our own schools, our own culture, our own religion, everything. And then we'll be better as a people. So I think this is great. I think Coach Prime is going to use all that negativity, all that hate, get his silky hands ready and start recruiting.
Oh, I love it, Coach Arm. I love it, man. Is that it? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Appreciate it.
No, anytime, Coach. I appreciate the call, man. He said, got the silky hand. Hey. I don't, Keith Younger, I don't see you on here. I don't see a 7155. All right. So I don't see you calling this. So I'm going to take another caller. I don't see a 7155. All right. Hey, caller. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Hi, am I on?
Yeah, you're on. Yes, sir.
Hi, thanks for having me on. Listen, I've been listening to a couple calls, and I'm just going to take in a little bit of a different direction.
Go ahead.
I agree with letting. I agree with letting Mr. Hunter go to the school that he wants to go to, but I've been listening to a lot of idiots on TV saying like this is great for historical black colleges, but he didn't want to go to the HBCU. He wanted to be with Coach Prime, and I love Coach Prime. I think FSU made a terrible decision not hiring him. There's probably no better recruiter besides Nick Saban than Deion Sanders, but people are acting like he's doing this for the HD, the historical black colleges. He wants to be with Deion Sanders. If Deion Sanders wasn't there, he would never have gone there. Like, I mean, the great irony in all this is that Deion Sanders was going to leave for TCU after the season. He was going to leave. I mean, that's the uncomfortable truth. He wanted to be at FSU, his alma mater. I mean, let's just be real. And listen, I don't understand the pressure of these players having to go to these historical black colleges. Let them go where they want to go. Let these kids play where they want to play.
Okay.
Listen, if I'm a top recruit, black or white, I want to go to Alabama. I want to be on ESPN. I want to be on TV, get the NIL deal. I want to be a top pick.
So let me ask you a question. So if isn't that why programs hire big name coaches so that they get great players into their program? So is that not anything different? Florida State wouldn't be Florida State if Bobby Bowden didn't get these great players in. That's why programs hire great coaches that they feel can recruit and do good jobs and bringing players in. So Jackson State just did what all Power Fives do. I'm confused.
No, I'm not blaming Jackson State. Hiring Deion Sanders was one of the best things they can do. He's got a brand. He was a Hall of Famer. He has the personality. He's a great recruiter. But yeah, I understand you got to establish a culture, but like, it's not going to change anything. If Deion Sanders wasn't there, let me ask you, would this player have gone there?
Negative.
Okay, that's my point. But people are saying, "Oh, he's doing it for the colleges." No, he's doing it to be with Coach Prime.
Okay,
Coach Prime has tons of connects. He's going to get him to the NFL. He has tons of connections. He's a Hall of Famer. It's not for the historical black college. It's because of Coach Prime.
Listen to what you're saying. You're right on the fact of if Deion Sanders was not at Jackson State, the kid wouldn't have gone there. But let's break that down. Deion Sanders is at a historically black college. Travis Hunter is at a historically black college. And while he's there, they both can promote and bring in other avenues of funding, of resources, of players to come to more HBCUs to make it cooler, to make it acceptable. Do you not think listen, before Bobby Bowden got to Florida State, let's not act like Florida State was popping. It was not. So that's what it takes. It takes a person to get in there, change the culture, bring in something and make it cool, make it start going, make the engine go, right? You can't say that, oh, nah, it's not for this, it's not for that. That's not, it might not be the right now goal, but the end goal could be that. The end goal could have these two monumental moments could start a process in where more top level athletes start going to colleges and schools, just like at Florida State.
No, hold on. I agree, but let me ask you a question. You think it's a problem if I know we're talking about if the kid is black. If he goes to Alabama, you have a problem with that? Because it's not a black college? Does it matter where the kid goes to school?
No, see that.
Let the kid, stop putting pressure on these kids because they're black to go to black college. Let them play where they want to play.
So is it pressure to wait. Is it pressure to put on these young kids that he should have went to Florida State, that he should have went to Alabama?
No.
Wait, let me finish.
Those are the top schools. Those are the top brands. Can you blame them? I can't blame the kids for wanting to go to USC, Oklahoma, to be on ESPN, to be on TV, to get their name out there.
That was not your point. That was not your point. Your point said, let the kids go where they want. Now you're saying they have to go to what you consider top schools. Why? You said let the kids play where they want.
They're the ones on TV. Those are the top programs.
So now you're changing the narrative. So the narrative is now changed now because these schools get more funding and they get more TV time. That makes them that's why they should go to these schools. But these schools don't have their benefit in mind. These schools
hold on.
Let me ask you a question.
That's what the kids care about.
No.
Do you think the kids care? The kids want to be on TV. They want to play on the biggest games with the biggest stadiums. But they don't?
Why?
You're saying they don't?
Tell me why. Tell me why they
get drafted. To get drafted.
That's the end goal. See, you're missing the school. Listen, the school is the middleman to get them to the league. If HBCUs listen, if HBCUs became the middleman to get to the NFL, do you think that ESPN wouldn't have their own network for SWAC schools? Do you not think that HBCUs will get more TV time if they were the middleman to get to the league? Because before they were. Now these Power 5 schools and all these monies and state fundings have made them the middleman. Listen, these schools are not.
Oh, of course,
the only reason that black kids at high athletes go to these schools is strictly to go to the league. It's not because, oh my God, UT does something for me. No, it's like they can get me to where I want to go. That's simply it. So if you change the narrative and say, hey, can HBCUs become middlemen to get kids to the pros? Abso-freaking-lutely. Then those same 4 and 5 star kids are now going to HBCU schools because now they can get the same end goal as a Power 5 school. But I want to go back to your original point when you said that kids should go anywhere, but then you changed it and said that, no, because they need to go to these top schools. That's the issue.
Because the reason I said that, to clarify what I said, is because I hear on TV all these people saying, oh, it's great seeing these black kids stop going away from these predominantly white schools, which I think is offensive. Why does it matter where they go? The majority of the players in the team are black. There's black students that are at these schools. So I think it's offensive to say, yeah, don't hang out with those white people. Go to this black school. Stop putting pressure on these black athletes or minority athletes. Let them choose where they want to go. If they want to go to top programs, what is the problem? I don't understand. Why people have to be so divided.
Let me ask you a question.
I had one of Coach Sanders' kids, and I love Deion Sanders. One of his kids in one of his after one day when they say what school they want to go to, he said, "Oh, I only want to play for a black coach." If a top white recruit would have said that, we would have called him a racist and said that he's this person. Let kids play where they want to play. Okay, if I'm a top recruit, man, I want to go play at Alabama. I'm sorry. They have an established brand that's been around. I mean, Nick Saban is the best football coach in the land.
No,
that's what I want to go play for.
No, he's the best recruiter. He's not the best football coach. He's the best recruiter. Let me ask you a question. What's your
hold on. He has 7 national championships. What are you talking about?
He's not the best football coach. He's the best recruiter. Let me ask you a question.
Who's better? Who's the better coach?
Let me ask you a question. What's your nationality? Can I ask you a question? What's your
exactly?
I'm gonna ask you a question. Yeah. What's your nationality?
I'm Hispanic.
You're Hispanic, right? Let me ask you a question. If I dropped you in the cafeteria, where there was white, black, Hispanic, and Greek kids, where would you go sit at?
With anybody, does it matter?
You're lying. You're going to go what makes you feel comfortable. You'll probably go sit with your Hispanic kids. It's nothing wrong with that. It's just that
not necessarily.
Yes, it is. That's exactly what you would do. But at the end of the day, it's what makes you feel.
Dude, I went to a predominantly white school.
But that doesn't mean you.
There weren't that many Hispanic kids where I was at, and I got along fine with them.
I didn't say you wouldn't go sit with white kids. I said you would feel more comfortable around your own. But my point is this, right? At the end of the day,
the majority of the team is black. What are you talking about? These football teams.
I was talking about you. Listen, bro. You're talking about a majority of a football team being black and 90% of the population being white at the school. What sense does that make? But my point is this, and I'm gonna let you go after this. My point is this: you cannot say, oh, let the kids go where they want, and then caveat it with saying, oh, go to a PWI because it's the best. That doesn't make sense. You can't tell somebody to choose what they want to choose and then caveat it saying, oh yeah, but go to a top school because this. And half of the schools that you say are top are not the best in education. They're not the best in education. So if it's about
you think these kids care about education? You really think these kids care about education? You just said they want to get to the league. So you're just contradicting your argument.
League, but we all know every kid can't go to the league, correct? Does every kid from Alabama?
But that's what all they want. That's all they want.
But does every kid that goes to Alabama get drafted? Yes or no?
No, but they all want to get drafted. That's the whole game, isn't it?
It's a student athlete. But you have to understand that if you're not going to get drafted, that you have to have an education. That's why it's called student athlete. But I appreciate the call, man. I really do. I got a lot of calls on the line.
Sure.
All right, let me see. What's up, baby? All right. Let me see. Do I have any members on the line? If I don't have any members, I'm about to answer some callers. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Hey, how you doing, Scott?
What's up, man? Talk to me.
First time call. Hey, I wanted to listen. I've been listening to you, a lot of people, but it's okay for you to pick cotton. But when you go to picking your own cotton, that's when the problem comes. So when you look at this whole scheme of sports, sometimes I wish they would blow up every ball, everything in sports, because it's the new slave, it's the new plantation. And all of these people that are making it all this money off of these black athletes that's going to these power conferences, I guarantee you, if that guy ran for office, political office, they wouldn't vote for him. You can run this football for me, but I'm not going to vote for you because you ain't worthy to be voted for. So what happens is, when you look back in the 70s and 60s, when the Gremlins and Jackson States and Southers and FAMUs were the doo-doo, they wouldn't play you. So they waited till you got watered down. Then they would play you. And then all the black kids on the white schools would laugh at you. They would laugh at the HBCUs because I've just beat them by 40. We have to wake up and realize that our dollars is all of what they're after, and their dollars is all of what they want you to make for them. It ain't about no education. It's about money. And it's about, I can still control these people because I throw this dream of being in the NFL. And see, even though these kids go to a HBCU, the NFL can decide if I'm gonna draft you or not.
Facts.
I want you to. I don't know if you remember this kid. His name was Machine Gun Kelly. Went to Texas Southern. All the people that's listening, do a little research on Machine Gun Kelly and see what happened. Okay, before it's burning these jerseys, it looks just like LeBron. When LeBron decided to go to Miami,
talk about it.
They burned his jersey. And what pissed me off about LeBron is when you go to, when a lot of blacks that's making money and they find out that white people don't like them, all of a sudden they want to do everything in the world to make these white people like them again. So that's why he went back to Cleveland. When he went back to Cleveland, I lost everything I had for him, for as respect for as who you are and as a black man. They pretty much told LeBron, you can't leave us. You our token. And you have to understand, this kid decided to do something because they okay, look at Emmett Till. They didn't find nothing wrong with that. So it's time for us to wake up and see that it's the same thing it is now than it was in 1940. It ain't changed. They give you some money and they close your mouth up. The more money they give you, the tighter your mouth gets because you're scared to lose this money. Oprah ain't Oprah because she's the greatest talent. Oprah is Oprah because she made money for them. If you're making money for them, hey man, we're gonna poke you up and blow you up biggest Snoop Dogg. So when you look at this kid coming to Jackson State, if we did this, If all the black kids started going back to these black colleges, look at the money these schools can make. They can have extra money to help parents, to give them education, computer classes, free. Alabama, some of these schools making $100 million a year. That's more than some third world countries.
That's facts.
You know, so what I'm saying is, you have to come back to the roots. And I felt so good, man. I've been a Jackson State fan. I went to Southern University, but I go way back. I could tell you some history.
Let me ask you. You got 19 seconds left. I'm gonna ask you a question, right? Real quick. I'm gonna have to let you go.
Okay, go ahead.
My thing is this. You said you lost a lot of respect for LeBron when he went back to Cleveland, but I think you got to give LeBron credit because, you know, he became the GM, the same owner that I get it. He made the owner money by going back to Cleveland. But to me, he used his influence and power to make him do whatever he wanted. Because he knew that's why he signed the 1 year. He kept doing the opt-in years, the 1 year contract, 1 year opt, 1 year contract, 1 year opt. And to me, he was just using his leverage to get what he wanted, which is a championship for his city. It really wasn't about Cleveland. It was just about him getting a championship for the city. Did you kind of look at it? You know,
Scotty, I know I don't have much time, Scotty, and I hate to interrupt you, but they're killing brothers up in Cleveland just like they're killing brothers in Minneapolis. Doing something for Cleveland. What does Cleveland mean?
That's real.
Cleveland don't mean nothing, man.
That's real.
It's just a place where your fathers ended up at.
That's real.
You ain't got no roots to Cleveland. So what I'm saying is, to feel like you got to go back and give Cleveland something, Cleveland owes you. You don't owe Cleveland nothing.
That's real.
So what I'm saying is, man, you have to understand. Look, I'm ready to do something real big. Take my number, man. I would like to talk to you on the other thing. I have some things. I'm moving back down south. I got some things that I'm doing, and I'll pass it through to you.
All right, I'm taking your number
down
right
now. My name's Larry.
All right, Mr. Larry, I'm taking your number down right now, and I'm gonna text you after the show.
Okay, thanks, man.
All right, man, appreciate it.
All
right, peace. I like that. That was a good point. Let me listen. I promise you, anybody on the call line, I'm gonna get to you. It's a lot of callers. I promise you, I'm gonna get to you. I got all day. I got nothing but time. Hey man, you live, talk to me. Hey, you're breaking up really bad.
Let me turn your stream down. One second.
You're good. Got you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead. You're good. Timer's on.
All right, I know I got a little time, but I got 4 topics. I want to first off congratulate the last caller, because he said everything that needs to be said. When it comes down to these guys choosing where they want to go and all of this, we talked about. I played football at Jackson State for 2 years. My dad played in the band there. Jackson State, black colleges has always been a thing. And I remember when Alabama was shit. 2000, when they first got there, they lost to a Division I AA school.
Mm-hmm.
But my point is, this goes to that Hispanic guy that called, and he wanted to talk about money. Like the last caller talked about after him. All this is for is about money. But when we talk about sports, we want to talk about why a black kid versus another kid, a white kid, wants to go to a black school because he's black and because the guy's white and all this kind of stuff. But when we talk about politics, we don't talk about the same thing. That's why I like the argument you brought up with him sitting down at the table if he was at school or not. It's the greatest analogy you could have ever brought up out of anything you ever said. But I just want to talk about how when it comes down to these kids picking schools, Deion is basically bringing an awareness, obviously, to where kids are saying, hey, I can get exposure here and I don't have to go to a top school to get the same exposure. And it's as simple as that. But these athletic programs at these schools is what has made the schools what they are.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody cares about Alabama engineering or versus UCLA's engineering.
That's real.
Nobody gives a damn about that. But when we talk about a kid going to school to play sports, we want to add academics into it then. We already know it's about into the next level in the league. That's what it is for the white kids.
Yeah.
They just happen to have a fortunate background to say, okay, I went there for academics as well, and that's what leads to argument. But when it comes down to this situation, I mean, I just want to stop myself there. I went on Florida State's Instagram last night, and just to see these grown people burning jerseys and talking about this kid, we never wanted them anyway, and all of this, it's liberating because, like the guy said, everybody hates when you pick your own cotton, but when you picking their cotton, you're good.
Yeah.
And I just hate the fact I had a talk. I'm a personal trainer. I had a talk with one of my coworkers 3 minutes ago before I went to lunch, and black guy from New York, and the guy was asking me all the questions. Everything I knew he would ask, he was asking me, okay, the talent level, the exposure, all these questions, and I'm simply answering. I'm like, what do you mean? I mean, when it comes down to the talent level, when I played, the only difference before social media got like it is was the O-line and the D-line.
Mm-hmm.
Skill players could have always gone anywhere. We didn't have these rivals.com. We didn't have these Tom Lugan deal with the 5- and 4-star rating system of a recruit coming out of high school. The exposure was what it was. So that's why you had Derrick Henry and Mark Ingram and all these players playing at Alabama, playing running back on Alvin Kamara on the same team, because they knew that this logo and the Crimson Tide would be the reason why I would go to the league. This helmet with this number on it would be the reason why I would go. Now it's not about that anymore. It's not about that. I can get seen anywhere, and this is just what it is now. But I'm going to end, and I'm going to end with this. I had to join. I had to subscribe. I've been with you since before the damn FAMU game before me, and I subscribed today because it's sickening to listen to people bring up these scenarios as to why this guy chose Jackson State over Florida State. And I just want people to realize that our ice is just as cold as anybody's ice. It always has been. When our parents were in the 70s and 80s were choosing Jackson State and FAMU and these homecomings, and the reason why we looked at HBCUs like we do opposed to now, nothing has changed. It's all about the money.
That's real.
Even the score, that's why they didn't want it, and that's why the things are like they are.
Hey, man, appreciate the call, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate you for rocking with me for so long. Listen, guys, I appreciate y'all for holding on. Oh, man, I was just about to click on that guy. Dang it. All right, so listen, let me say this, and I'm gonna get back to the callers, right? One, if you're not a member, all right, you're gonna have to sit in the call line and wait. If you're a member, you can skip the line, put your last 4 in, and you'll be next. However, member is in front of you, whatever. All right. 2, I want people to understand this is not a what you want to hear type show. All right. If there's somebody with an opposing position on how we feel, you have to let them rock. I'm going to give them the same amount of time unless they get disrespectful or unless they get out of pocket. I'm gonna give them the same amount of time because listen, I think it's like to beat your enemy is to know your enemy. All right, hold on. To beat your enemy is to know your enemy. All right. So at the end of the day, you have to hear opposing position, opposing thoughts, and opposing opinions. That's life. All right. I can't. That's not how this show gets down. All right. I'm just not going to hang up on him because he doesn't agree with what he says. There's plenty of people that don't agree with me all the time. And I let them talk and let them say whatever. So just because it's a touchy subject does not mean I won't give you the position to speak your piece. As long as it's not racist, as long as it's not like straight up disrespectful and saying the N-word and nothing like that, you're gonna be heard. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. This is still a channel for our people, but at the end of the day, I have to be fair and I will be fair. All right. If you don't like it, this ain't the channel for you. What's up, babe?
All right, people, let's go ahead and get those likes up. The assistant police committee in the chat said we need to get to 700. So I'll be looking. We're not that far away. And thank you again for your support of OFFScript.
All right. So yeah, guys, just let your soul glow. Curly good boy. All right, let me get back to these callers. Hey, caller, you live, talk to me. Hey, caller. Yeah, you live, talk to me.
Hey, how you doing?
What's good? What's good? The timer's on. You got it. What's your name? Where you come from?
Okay, yeah. I want to make just a couple of points. That's it.
Go ahead.
All right. Yeah. Now, one thing that is to me that I really see, especially with the college players, when they go to these big schools, when they go to the Alabama, Georgias, the A&Ms, when they go into a recruit, when they have to go into the interview after the game or before the game, some of them they pretend to want to be there or answer the questions, but you can tell wholeheartedly, like if you just have any type of common sense or like emotional IQ, you can tell they tired of answering the same questions over and over. So what do you think about this play? What do you think about practice this week? These kids are still trying to find themselves. They're not the coach. Like it's good. Sometimes it's good for them to get on and show their personality so everybody can like them, and it's good sometimes for the NIL too. So everybody can see them, see what type of person they are. They are off the field, but these like why are these like the interviewers? They never ask them, and it's kind of I think it's unfair. They are still 18 to 22 years old. They're still trying to figure life out. Like, why are you not asking them? So what do you want to do? What is your plans for the future? Like, they have enough entanglement in all of this football talk coming at them 7 days a week, almost 24 hours a day. When they're in the interviews, they're trying to think about life, and I think that's pretty much unfair. And the thing is with Coach Prime, even with that lady Brittany Brenner, some people have different feelings about that. But he was trying. He's showing them because he know what them players go through. He's showing them life outside of football and what they probably would have to face, and what's the peer pressure and what's the everyday life for them outside the field. And that not just the fact that he's a Hall of Famer or probably the best at his position, is that he has a connection with them kids, and because of this life, kids can get paid. It's they have an option now, and I love it, and I'm gonna support it. Actually, I'm here in Atlanta, and I'm gonna go to that game on Saturday. But
appreciate it.
And then the second thing that I wanted,
I would say appreciate it. You got a minute. You got a minute 30 left.
Yeah, and then the other thing I want to and one of the biggest things that I just really realized, it hit me once, when the other caller came like, hey, they want to be on TV. They want to be on TV. No, they don't want to really be on. It's not the 80s or the 90s. Like, the social media right now give players way more exposure than TV does nowadays. You can see their best highlights. You can see like where where exactly their heart is on social media, Instagram, YouTube, this, that. I mean, it's kind of going backwards. That when he brought up didn't even make sense, because he's saying they want to be on TV. He want to be on TV, but while you pretty much you're on a social media platform, the game has changed, time has changed, kids have changed, their whole spectrum and interest in life changed, and this is what's driving the force, and it's going to get bigger. and it's nothing that nobody can do about it. So me, you, and probably everybody else that's pretty much listening to the channel, we're gonna sit back and watch it, smile, and eat our popcorn. So
Appreciate
that's pretty
you.
much it, brother.
Thank you, man. Woo-wee! That was a tough one to get through. I'm gonna have to speed the timer up on that one. Should have did that. Hey, caller, you live. Timer's going.
What's up, baby? Stephen A.
What's good? Talk to me.
Hey, I have a question, right? Well, I have one question and another if there's an option. I noticed on a lot of these big colleges and stuff, when you have a black athlete talking to a reporter, they don't have good people skills. And their English is kind of like a little slack. Do you think they come from lack of education?
Hold up. What?
They just, okay, what I'm saying though, most African Americans go to these big colleges and go to straight to the NFL. You know, they can't really talk to a reporter of dealing with like being people skills wise and know how to talk professional and such that they don't really just interview them that much. You notice that?
Okay, you can't. Oh, Jesus Christ! You can't generalize that. That's one. Two, some people aren't comfortable in front of a mic. Like some people aren't public speakers. You got to give them that. Three, people come from all different type of backgrounds. So yeah, I come from Maryland, and my mom was an English major. So she structured my speech. She structured my grammar. Other people, like my cousins from Texas, they talk different. They talk slow. They talk like they draw out their words. So it might not sound professional to you, but that's just how they speak. You know what I'm saying? So it can go. You have to start putting people in categories. You have to ask a certain question. You just can't assume. Like, were you taught media training? Were you taught to speak? And even if they were, okay, do you feel comfortable speaking in front of people? Do you feel comfortable answering questions to the public? Then the next one is like, do you not care? Some people just don't care. Like, yo, this is me. Take me as I am. You know what I'm saying? So like the Allen Iversons of the world, like, bro, I don't care. I'm going to speak my mind because you asking me a question. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So, and it's not.
And also,
go ahead.
Hey, Stephen, also I noticed a lot of college athletes that go straight to the NFL. They get their degrees while they're in it. They pursue their degrees while they're in the NFL. Is that a true statement?
Yes. I know a lot of kids. I mean, not all kids. I know a lot of men in the NFL. They wait to the off season and then they go back to class. So they'll take those summer classes or whatever just to kind of knock out their degree. And then they'll graduate whenever they graduate. But that's usually how it is. You got 30 seconds.
And another thing, I love you, but you don't take that damn wig off, I'm gonna change the channel.
Appreciate it. Oh man. Oh, listen, Los. Listen, when I say talk slow, this is what I mean by talk slow. Like my cousin would say, "Mama." Like that's how they like I'll say mom. I'm like, yo, mom, what's going on? They'll be like, mama, like, what we doing today? That's talking slow for me. So they just draw out their words. So it's not like they're talking slow, but they just talk slow. So yeah, just want to make that very clear. All right. Hey, caller, you live, talk to me.
Hey, I'm Small, I'm calling up by Atlanta. But man, what was on my mind about this JSU situation and Travis picking the University of Jackson State to go ahead and play. But
Hello? All right. Gotta let you go. Hey, caller, you live, talk to me.
What's going on, man? It's Jay calling from the Bay.
Jay calling from the Bay? I like that. That's dope. Hey, turn your background down.
I just want to tap in with you real quick and say, man, I enjoy the show. I was up this morning watching Deion talking to Max, Keyshawn, and Jay Will. He was speaking on Malachi. So I wouldn't Google his highlights. I didn't know the boy played basketball.
Yeah, he two stars.
And just speaking on the fact that he's on the platform talking about a football player, speaking not only what he do on the football field, well, hold on, this kid got hops that game. And I was like, man, if I go talk about Nick Saban and he talk about a player, he's not gonna give you the background.
He's not gonna give you the history of these kids and where they come from, what they're doing, and things like that. And I'm just, and it just was profound to where I'm like, not only is he speaking of it highly, but he's also telling you there's another level to what he does. You know what I'm saying? And so he's giving these kids not only an opportunity to shine, man, but he put them at the forefront and letting these kids grow as young men, giving them a structured foundation at a Black historical school. You know what I'm saying? Education-wise, integrity, discipline. Man, these kids can go to UC, Berkeley, Alabama, LSU, and all these different schools, go on to play professional football and things like that, and we don't hear from them. But yet here it is, he got these young kids, man, and he's trying to let them grow up and be young men because a lot of these kids ain't got fathers.
Mm-hmm.
He a little older than me. I'm 51. He's about 53, 54. So I come from that. I know what he's doing. I'm born and raised in San Francisco, California. I remember Deion playing in the city. You know what I mean? In Frisco with Joe Rice and all that. You know, I mean, a lot of these guys I still see in the peninsula. And so I just want to say to you, bro, I love what you're doing. I think we need to keep pushing these young kids to come to Black colleges. It'll be crazy if they just say, you know what? Let's go to Tennessee State. Let's go to Grambling. Let's go to Southern. D linemen, quarterbacks. We need quarterbacks, definitely. Shador's signed. We need some more quarterbacks so we can step up the game for us offensively so we can have them explosive plays that they like to see on ESPN.
Facts.
And, you know, we like them highlights and things like that. And I'm not going to take up too much of your time because my baby in the house, I had to step outside real quick. But I just want to say, Scotty, man, tap in with me because I want to tap in with you, man. I want to come out there to Jackson. Then next year, I got a bunch of my friends I've been telling them since the spring. I didn't call you a few times. I've been telling I said, man, let's go and go out there. I'm going to run up to Reno and put a few bands on Jackson State. You know what I'm saying? Minus 12. That's what I do. I'm finna put some money on that because they're going to smash them boys, man. I've been watching South Carolina highlights and, you know, the situation with their quarterback and what he's been through and things like that. And I just want to say again, shout out to Jackson, Mississippi. You're going out there supporting that team, raising up the tennis record. You know what I mean? We got to keep doing that. But we got to also, too, donate some money.
15 seconds.
Go in your pockets, man. Donate $5 to the athletic. If we get 1 million people to donate $5, that's $5 million for them to step up their facilities and things like that. We always talking about what we need and things like that, but what you doing? Don't step it.
Appreciate
you know what I'm saying? So we got to all come together, man, as a people, man, to make it our people, man. And again, man, keep doing what you're doing, man. And the best. And happy holidays.
You too, man. Thank you so much for calling.
You too, man. Thanks.
Jay from the Bay. I like that. That was dope. That was dope. I like that a lot. Let me get some. Hey, caller, you loud. Talk to me.
What to do, man?
What's good? Turn your background down for me.
I got you. What to do?
What's up? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Man, I'm calling from Seattle. This AB, man. Has anybody really thought about how good it would be on this young Black man's mental to go to an all-Black school and to be taught by his own? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What you think about that?
I think that's a discussion he probably had with Prime. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it, man. He probably said, man, if this school is good enough for my boys, I feel like these schools, like, he got all his kids going to Jackson State. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not going to not want the best for his kids. So if my kids are embracing this culture, you think I'm going to let you fail? You think I'm going to let my boys fail? You think I'm going to let any of these Black men come here if it wasn't top notch or we couldn't do big things? So I think if you look at the holistic view of it, is that Deion knows that it's a great environment, it's a great culture. And listen, being around your own, playing in front of your own, and being great in front of your own, it's nothing like it.
Nothing like it, and it's more safer. Look at how many of these young Black men go to these white predominantly colleges and get caught up because the white girl done called him the N-word and he done socked her in the face.
They don't want to talk about that.
And now he don't get to go to the NFL. He lost that opportunity. You feel what I'm saying? But that's all I really wanted to call in for, you know. I feel like that type of awareness should be sparked, and our people should stick their own and stand our own.
Hey, man, that's for real. Hey, appreciate the call. Hey, listen, I'm gonna say something, and I'm gonna keep it light, but I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna get back to the callers, right? So, I know a guy that let's keep it a buck. This is I am a black man. Most of my viewers are HBCU alums. Let's keep it a whole buck. All right. I know a guy who messed with a white girl and got hemmed all the way up. Now, women is women. Women are women, you know what I'm saying? I got a baby mama, you know what I'm saying? Okay. And, you know, I got friends that got black baby mamas. Oh, okay, you know. But there's something about when you get hemmed up by a white woman that you might be doing 15 to 20. Okay. I just want to be very clear. About that. I'm just say that. I'm gonna let it go. But let's be real. Let's call it spade a spade. All right. Not saying white women ain't cool. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying there's a high likely when you step over that bridge. All right. It's a sundown town. Okay. It's a sundown town. That's all I'm gonna say right there. That's all that's it. I'm gonna let that be known. Hey, caller, you loud. Talk to me.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Turn your background down.
That's what I was trying to do.
That's all I'm saying right there.
Okay. I'm from Waukegan, Illinois.
Waikiki, Illinois.
Old timer too.
Talk to me.
I say I'm from Waukegan, Illinois.
I got you. Talk to me. You're live. What are you calling in about?
Oh, I was listening to you earlier. That guy that said he was Hispanic, I'll bet you money either his mom is white or his dad is. He wasn't Hispanic. I'll bet money on that. But that's here nor there. But man, I was an All-American. I'm old enough that I was dumb enough that I wouldn't have went to a historically black college. All of my nieces and nephews did, and actually Tennessee State beat us my freshman year in '76. That was and it was so funny because it took me 20 years to realize, you know, if the facilities were no raggier there than they were at, you know, at say Southern Illinois or Western Illinois. You know, we had decent facilities, but you know, they were at that time, the black colleges had decent facilities.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they didn't have a chance they hadn't deteriorated like they had once all of a sudden my kids went to predominantly white schools and all the top athletes were going to, you know, to the white schools. And once that started happening, you know, the schools didn't have the money. They started deteriorating. Oh man, just look at all the Hall of Famers. One of my girl's cousins was a Grambling Hall of Famer, Willie Brown, and I was like, man, I forgot Willie went to then as say when I went from my 20s to my 40s, I started seeing how one of my buddies went to Jackson State, and he was on the squad with Robert Brazile, you know, and them brothers was like, man, we play tough football. You know, and I thought we were playing tougher football back here, but we always recruited from New Orleans, St. Augustine. We had like 12 brothers off our squad from out of Louisiana.
You got 45 seconds.
You know, this is in Illinois.
You got 45 seconds.
So they definitely was recruiting in the South.
Nah, no problem. You got 45. You got 30 seconds.
I'm good, Scotty. Take care of yourself, man.
Hey, appreciate the call, man. Hey, what's up,
I'm good, Scotty. Take care.
Hey, you live. Talk to me. Timer rolling.
Hey, Scotty. Yeah, Coach Stewart here. Look here. You're looking at the new revolution. I was in the first sit-ins in 1958. Now here it is 2021. You're looking at another revolution. You're taking the money out of the man's pocket. That's what they hate.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, you want to be in the skyboxes. All of a sudden, you want to be in the big alumni.
making decisions and stuff like that. These black youth are going to find out real quick because of Deion Sanders that you can do the same thing as other people have said at these historical black colleges. And it's a great thing because we're going to get our identity back and it's going to be a great movement. That's what I wanted to say.
Hey, no problem, Coach Stewart. Thank you so much for the call. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Yo, what's up, man? What's going on with you?
What's good? What's your name? Where you calling from?
My name is Daryl, man. I'm calling from Louisiana, man.
Talk to me.
Man, I just wanted to call in and say, man, I think it's a beautiful thing, man, what Deion them doing, man, with these 5 stars coming to the HBCUs. I don't know if everybody can really relate to that, man, because it's a big thing. I think these PWIs gonna start hating in just a matter of time before we start hearing all that nonsense about that move. Just a matter of time. I'm just hoping, man, that other 5 stars, start looking at that thing and start coming to HBCUs, man. I just think it's gonna blow up after a while, man.
Yeah.
I just think this is the first year, maybe the second year about it. I think from this point on, man, it's about to blow up, bro. And then that's gonna force them, to recognize and respect the HBCUs that we should have been getting.
Okay, let me ask you this: respect, right? Who needs to respect HBCUs? Because if you're being honest, like if a white man validates the HBCU, what does that do for you? That doesn't do anything for you. I mean, it really does nothing.
Not at all.
Really, you just want black athletes to respect HBCUs. As long as black athletes respect HBCUs, we're not even having this conversation because they are what makes the needle move. White people can say, "Oh yeah, we like HBCUs." We don't give a damn what you like. If the black athletes start liking HBCUs, now you're in business.
Right. I agree with that. I agree with that, man, because when you bring the black athletes to the school, man, that whole entire community wins, man. It's not just the student, it's not just the school, but the entire community wins.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I agree with that logic, man. I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, appreciate it. You got anything else? You got a minute left.
Oh man, that's all I needed, man. I'm just proud of the situation, man. I'm glad for the dude, man. I hope other 5 stars, look at it and hop on board, man. Just come on, just make it happen for us, man. We're looking forward to it.
No problem, man. Appreciate the call as always. Thanks so much. Hey, listen. Yeah, I think a lot of people getting this misconstrued. You don't need a white man's approval. All right, you don't need a white man's approval of what it is. You just need black athletes to say, you know what? That's pretty cool. I want to go there. All right. You don't need white institutions to tell you because they don't move the needle. They have the platforms, but they don't move the needle. All right. Black athletes move the needle. Wherever they go is where the spotlight goes, i.e. Travis Hunter. So a lot of people might not understand that, but it's over here. They might call me a hey. They might call me a hater, but it's facts. It's facts. It's a legitimate fact that white institutions do not move the needle. All right, they don't, because you ain't shit without black players. So once again, Nick Saban's the greatest coach. No, he's the greatest recruiter. All right, great recruiter, great system. But listen, you take them players away, I'm sorry. Like, come on, man. Let's not act. Let's not act. All right, let's not act and say like we did. All right. Hey, what's up, calling you live? Talk to me.
Let's not act and say like we did. All right.
Yo, what's going on, man? This is Lindsay calling from Kuwait, man.
Hey, what's up, man? Talk to me.
Yo, what's going on, man?
Hey, turn your background down. Turn your background down for me.
Hey, what's up, man? Talk to me.
Okay, let me cut this down.
Yo, what's going on? Hey, turn your background down. Turn your background down for me. Hey, talk to me.
Okay, let me cut this down. All right, we good?
You have a TV on or iPad in the back?
We good?
Nah, I can still I still hear a I still hear a background.
Yeah.
I still hear
Okay, well, it ain't nothing else on here. I cut it. What about now?
Perfect. We good. Let's get it.
Damn.
You gotta have me. You gotta have. Oh, but go ahead.
All right, yeah, man. I just want to put out some facts because supposed to be talking. 50% of the nation's African American professionals come from HBCUs. So that's one. The reason why we need these kids to keep coming is because sports drives the revenue. Imagine if the Fab Five went to Jackson State.
Woo!
See what I'm saying? So what I'm saying, I'm 44 years old. Most of the parents that have kids came up in the age where all of our children went to PWI. So now that we think like this and have all of this knowledge, we need to push them to HBCUs because that's where the money is. No, that's where we can bring the money. You hit it on the head. Nick Saban is not a great coach if he don't have us. We are the product.
Keep going.
So we have to keep funneling these kids in here, not give a damn about what white folks say, not give a damn about what certain black people say. We need to come because when we come, we can start highlighting the doctors, the lawyers, the scientists, and all of that, because it's not all about sports. We are more than athletes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this is so big, man, and I'm from Jackson, Mississippi, but I went to Texas Southern, so it's all about SWAC love. It's all about HBCU love. Go to the MEAC. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We just got to get us to come, man. Fab Five, if they'd have went to Jackson State. What if all the top linemen go to Jackson State? We can go play Mississippi State next year and beat their ass. You know what I'm saying? Like the power is with us, and I think we can use sports as a conduit to bring everything together. Because regardless of what they say, them white folks, they gonna watch us play. They gonna watch us play.
Facts.
That's all I want to say, man. I love what you're doing. This is my first time checking out your show. I'm finna go ahead and subscribe and donate to you, man.
Hey, appreciate it, Lindsay, man. And you be safe out there in Kuwait. You in the military?
Nah, man, I'm just working, man. I do contract work, brother.
Wow. Okay, that's what's up, man. Hey, be safe out there, man, and do your thing. Let me get to some of these callers. Ooh, I haven't seen this person before. Hey, caller, you live? Talk to me.
Hey, what's up? What's up, Scotty?
What's good? What's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Troy calling from Detroit, Michigan.
Talk to me. You get your time is on.
So the biggest thing is, man, I actually played at Jackson State. And so for the longest time, I mean, Deion's doing some great stuff. So, I mean, in recruiting, the number one recruit, I mean, I think the biggest thing Deion said to him was like, look, man, I went to Florida State. I built this program and they didn't even take care of me. So what are they going to do for you? And, you know, that's major. And so looking at the full scope of things, I don't think people realize the impact that it makes on the community as a whole, because now if you're putting black athletes, top tier black athletes in black colleges, then they end up with black women, right? So that definitely bridges the financial gap as a whole within the black community. So that's a major point. And then people keep talking to Deion about, you know, money this, all these big schools, but Deion's net worth is about 40 mil. Dabo Sweeney's net worth right now is about 30 mil. So, I mean, I don't think it's about the money for Deion. It's more about helping these young brothers, you know, elevate in their lives and elevate in their careers, football or just off the field as a whole, you know, and that's the biggest thing I would say. You know, my point is on Deion and what he's doing for the program, and it's a beautiful thing. And, you know, I just want him to continue to keep doing what he's doing.
Hey, man, appreciate the call, man. Listen, I love the part where you said, I didn't even think about it like that. Like, you know, black athletes going back to black schools, getting with black women, because that's the majority. You know what I'm saying? Like you go to Tennessee,
and that definitely shapes the narrative.
Man, come on, that's huge, man. I mean, like, that's a beautiful thing. 2 black men and women educated, you know, doing. Come on, man, that's a beautiful thing, bro. That's how
you do it for the culture. That's big time. I mean, people look small time, like, oh, you know, all these guys going there. But the more guys you get, like CFL was saying, like, you know, it may be 2 other dudes going, right? So you have all of these dudes with, you know, prominent, you know, like at Jackson State's basketball team balling, you know, and you got a lot of the girls on the tennis team, volleyball team. And, you know, you start pairing those together. Now you got other black athletes coming up. Their kids are going to go to HBCUs. And that's how you start a revolution.
Come on, man. You out here preaching, bro. You out here preaching. Appreciate the call, man.
No problem, man.
Right, man.
I listen to you all the time, man.
No, man. Appreciate you.
Keep doing.
Hey, listen. Let's not act like that's not important. Let's not act like that's not important, because other races do it all the time. They really do. All right. I know a lot of Jewish friends that can't marry outside their race. I know a lot of Muslim friends that can't marry outside their race. All right. So let's not act like like my mama used to say, if she can't use your comb, don't bring her home. Okay. So let's not act like that's not a part of the narrative, or it should not be a part of the narrative. Okay. There's white people out there that don't want their people marrying black people outside their race. All right. We should not feel ashamed if that's something we feel like. Now, I'm all for love is love. All right. I'm all for love is love. But there is a movie, I can't remember what I watched. There is a movie that was like, you have a black woman. A black woman knows your struggle once you walk out that door. She knows what's against you. She knows what's going against you, and she knows what you have to go through in the society and the world we are in. A white woman could never understand that, nor could she ever understand that from your kids. All right. When you have mixed babies and they might be darker than what she looks like, they will never understand. She could never understand what it's like to be a black kid walking down the street and getting profiled. She could never understand what it's like to be a black man and being profiled. Okay. So it just is what it is. But let's not act like that's not part of a narrative. You have to add that into it as well. These high profile black athletes getting these high educated black women, and black women are the most educated. There's statistics that say black women are more educated than like other people. A lot of other people. All right. So like Dr. Lori Wilson, who is happily divorced. I'm messing. I'm being messy. All right, I'm done. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. Appreciate you, Dr. Lori Wilson. I appreciate you. Let me see. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Hey, what's going on, friend?
What's up? Talk to me.
Hey, this Derek calling from Houston.
What's up, Derek? Timer's on.
Nobody's just talking about, if you want to be the shutdown corner and know how to market yourself, who better than Deion to do it? And I don't understand it, man. Why they so upset about this, man? It's not historic. It's been happening. Not just on a whole big scale, bro. And I've been rocking with you since the spring ball, man, when they playing spring ball.
Mm-hmm.
So keep doing your good work, man. I'll holler at you, bro.
Hey, man, appreciate the call. Listen, we all know what it's about. Listen, at the end of the day, we all know what it's about. It's about control. All right, it's about control, and when you don't have it, they have a problem with it. What's up, bud? Talk to me.
Got it, man. I'm jumping right into it because I know you got the time on. Let's be honest, man. The NAACP, the NCAA, whatever they want to call themselves, they made a mistake when they started letting kids be able to be paid for name and likeness.
Facts.
That's what even in the playing field. It's not the schools. It's because Deion Sanders was able to tell his kid, hey, you can go to Florida State, they can offer you $1 million, I can offer you 1.5. Hey, what you expect the kid to do? He gonna take 1.5 million. And guess what? They can cry, they can complain, Dabo can wipe his eyes. Ain't nothing he can do about it. So we as black people, if we want our kids to come to our school, if we successful and we making money, why not start funneling our money to get those kids to the school? All those top recruits, they not coming for free. Alabama buying players. It ain't a secret. Florida buying players. It ain't a secret. Now we can buy players. It's all even now. The kids ain't gonna come just because you ask them to come. If you want to go to Valley, hey, Jerry Rice, make a company, make you a car lot company and say, hey, you can sponsor my company. I'm gonna give you $1 million. The kid gonna come.
Come on, bud.
He ain't gonna turn it down.
Come on, bud.
He coming, Scotty.
Come on, bud.
Come on, let's be real. And guess what? They can't do nothing about it. We can tell them we gonna pay them. It ain't nothing they can do about it. So we can get our kids back now. Cause it ain't about that kid don't give a damn what kind of weight room you got. It's about the money he getting paid to go to Alabama. Let's be honest.
Come on,
it ain't about the weight room. It's about the fact that Alabama bought his mama a house and bought him a car. That's why he went. Now we can give you a job and say, hey, here go the money. Put that in your pocket. Come over here to Jackson State. He don't care where he living waste on. Shit, you could be living off a toy set. He's still going to the pro in his mind. And he getting paid. And he ain't hungry. That's all I'm saying, Scotty. Hey, it's a perfect opportunity, the perfect storm. HBCUs, let's get back home. Let's do it. But in order to do it, we got to spend some money. Let's not act like it's not money that move the needle. Money will move the needle. So spend a little money. Deion used Barstool to spend some money, and he gonna use a couple more companies to spend some more money. And the 5 stars will continue to come. So it's just even. It's an even field now, Scotty. That's it. That's all I'm saying. It's an even playing ground now. Because hey, we're no longer poor without money, and we do have companies that can invest into our kids to get them to our schools, which would then turn back around and make us get more eyes from places like ESPN, so we can start in the big weight room, the big facilities. That's all it takes, Scotty. It's all it takes, just a little money.
I love it. I love it, bud. Appreciate the call, man. I love it. Listen, Bud preaching. So listen, let's keep it all the way a buck. Let's keep it all the way a buck. That means that HBCU schools have got to start investing in their programs. You have to start building entities that are now becoming NIL generators. All right? All these big time donors and boosters, listen, take that funding, right? Build an NIL, build a company together, start building something to where now you can become your school's booster program. So now you can start putting money back into the players' pockets. And like Bud said, now Bama's a coming to Valley. Now Bama's a coming to Alabama A&M. And it's not just Jackson State. You need the diversity so you can become the SWAC SEC. So you can become the SWAC SEC. You need that. Okay, so now you got to hold your programs accountable. Listen, it all reverts back. It's all great and dandy that Jackson State's got a 5-star. They got Barstool, a predominantly white thing, pushing their program, right? But now you got to turn the needle, put it back on yourself and say, hey, how does Alabama State do that? How does Alabama A&M do that? Why can't we do that? Where do we go get it? How do we go get it? You got to start figuring it out for your own program. So whenever Deion leaves, there's an infrastructure built. There's a community and infrastructure built that now you can keep the supply of high 4-star level players coming in. Come on, man. Come on, man. You got to take accountability. We got to start taking accountability too. Got to start taking accountability too. Somebody who was one of the callers. Let me see. Because Deion's leading the blueprint. Deion is leading the blueprint. Lauren, let me see. Hey, Lawrence, I didn't see. Oh, here he is. Hey, caller, you loud. Talk to me.
What up, Scotty?
Talk to me.
Bro, you took the words out of my mouth, man. It's like you were saying last night about the SWAC network and being able to get the product out there better, man. Like you got this attention now, and you got to move the needle.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I look at the. I mean, I live here in Tallahassee, so of course I see how FAMU does it. I see how Florida State does it. So before the HBCU network came about, FSU basically had to build out a studio so they could produce videos for ESPN when they have games on campus for all their sports, all that kind of good stuff. And what they do, they hired a bunch of students as interns from their RT, radio, television, film program to come in and learn that stuff on the back end so that they can put out a viable product for ESPN and these other networks to produce sporting events on campus.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an opportunity for your students to get experience. So when they go to the workforce, they're able to say, well, you know what? Hey, I worked at the SWAC network. I worked on campus at Jackson State. I produced this Jackson State All-Point game in 2021. Here's a copy of some of my work. So the students are getting experience, but the athletes are also getting exposure because we are investing in our program.
Facts. And we need to, because listen, man, this is my issue with, and I really don't want to get off topic. I kind of want to stay on where we at about, the backlash and everything like that. But the accountability of the SWAC has to go mentioned. They have to be held accountable as well. And these schools also have to be held accountable because you're not using your own people to keep it in-house. You're not using what you already have to build up what you need to get built up. And the mere fact that everybody wants to point fingers. All these HBCUs want to be like, well, they're doing this to us and they're doing this and this and they're doing that. But why aren't you pointing fingers back at yourself? It's like, how can we elevate? How can we be innovative? How can we change the narrative? All this old stuff, and we've been doing it like this, and it's been done like this, and we've been doing it like this. That shit has to go. It has to go, because if Deion didn't change his mindset, if Deion didn't come in with a plan, he would have never got a Travis Hunter. He would have been stuck on the same shit that Jackson State has always been stuck on. But that's not his goal. That's not Ashley Robinson's goal. And everything has to start changing, bro. But go ahead. I'm taking over your time. I'm taking over your time. My bad. Go ahead. I gave you some more time.
Nah, no doubt. Hey, so let's get back on topic. Prime was NIL before NIL.
Talk to me.
So while nobody's paying attention to anything, guess you see who Shadour's new endorsement deals with today?
Tom Brady.
There you go. Ain't nobody paying attention, but Shadour Sanders is endorsing Tom Brady's new clothing line. Like, Tom Brady could have picked any damn athlete across any sport he wanted to pick, but Shadour Sanders is endorsing his clothing line. So, while they sleep, we eat.
I like that.
But yeah, man. Hey, everybody else is playing checkers right now, and Prime is playing chess.
Facts.
And living here in Tallahassee. About to throw my J-State baseball cap on and walk around with my chest poked out.
All right, that's what you do, man. Appreciate it.
All right.
Baseball cap on. Hey, what's up, Smash? Talk to me.
Man, what up, Scotty, dog? A few things, man. I just want to just piggyback over what you were saying about how schools don't hire their own. Like, I mean, it's so many people, that go to these HBCUs, have big, crazy platforms, and their platforms are bigger than the university that they went to. You know what I'm saying? Hiring your own is a thing that's a mistake that a lot of HBCUs, they'll make it in sports, but they wouldn't make it in something like the College of Business or the College of Mass Communications or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Oftentimes, you say you want to go back to school. Scotty, you are walking NIL there. You know what I'm saying? Let Scotty use my facility to host this show, give him a scholarship, and also put my school on the map. But they're not thinking like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's small things like that, bro, that we really need to capitalize on. It's just a lot. And I also want to commend you too, Scotty, because, like, I don't care what nobody says, man. You are like the new black ESPN fool who has 700 plus people right now tuned into HBCU sports. You know what I'm saying? That's so you don't pat yourself on the back enough, and I'm gonna pat you on the back. Congratulations, Doc. Keep going forward and keep being open to criticism and keep letting the hate shine. You know what I'm saying? Because you definitely came a long way, Doc, and you ain't scared to make mistakes. So I appreciate everything you're doing for the culture, Scotty. It's bigger than all this. I'm glad that Deion is doing what he's doing just to give everybody a blueprint. Last thing, HBCUs, if y'all don't capitalize on what's going on now and make something shake while the floodgates open, it's gonna be too late for you, Doc. I'm out, guys.
Come on, man. Appreciate it, Smash. And listen, man, this is not, and I say this all the time. This is not just as much as I love this show and I love doing what I do. This show is nothing without y'all. It's people like Smash I call offline and he gets me right. Like I say, Mr. Campbell, I call, gets me right. I got Mr. D. I got a lot of people in my corner that keep me right and keep me abreast on these issues and keep me BJ Jones and you know what I'm saying, all these guys that I have in my corner that keep me going and keep me thinking and help me understand this culture more and more as I get more and more ingrained in it. So I appreciate it, and I appreciate y'all for tuning in and checking in with me and sharing it and liking it and all that type of stuff. Me and my girl appreciate it, and I'm here for it. I really am. I appreciate you guys. All right, woo, man, these call lines keep buzzing up. Let's get it going. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Hey, brother, this is Pastor WSJ, man. I've been checking your show out, and you've been taking this thing to a whole new level. I'm right here in Jackson, Mississippi.
Yes, sir.
The I Love alumni. And I love the product that you putting out there, man. You doing some stuff, man, that most people need to get into, and you keep it a positive vibe. And what I love about Coach Prime so much, my church is, I can walk to the stadium, to the school from where my church located.
Yes, sir.
But what I love more than anything else about Coach Prime, he keeps Jesus on the front line.
Hey, hold on. I get you. Hey, hit me to me one more time. Hit me one more time.
I just said I enjoy your show because it's so powerful and so positive. My name is WSJ.
WSJ. He said he keeps Jesus on the main line. I like that. Go ahead. Keep going.
That's what Coach Prime is about. A lot of people missing the whole picture. When he talk about these brothers, he always talking about Jesus and tell them to stay disciplined, stay strong, stay positive. And your message, man, I check you out a lot. And I can walk to Jackson State from my church, but I love what you're doing.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
So you keep it rolling, brother.
Thank you, sir. Hey, appreciate you so much, and bless you and bless your church, and thank you so much. He said, I am Jackson State, the alumni. The alumni. I love it. Like I said, I got a lot of callers on. We're going to try to knock them all out. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me. You live. Timer rolling. Hey, caller, you live. 4144, you live. Timer rolling.
What up, though, Scotty?
What's good?
This is Monty from Detroit.
Talk to me, Monty.
Hey, man. Great show as all. Well, hats off to you for getting that exclusive interview back, during the spring with Deion. And it just goes to show he about building up everybody platform. And the thing about it with this NIL deal is, I put in the super chat, it's just like being an independent artist right now. You don't have to have a major record label anymore in order to make money and become a millionaire and put out, hit records, And so with the internet has leveled the playing field. I mean, and just think about it. I mean, I'm 44 years old. Deion comes in your living room and talk to you. I mean, I don't see nobody. It's kind of hard to turn him down. I mean, he was SWAC before SWAC. He was a self-marketing. He never had any, real off the field issues, on and off the field. And he said something on ESPN this morning. He told Travis, "You playing both ways," and he was a 2-star athlete as well. So I'm happy. That this move was made for HBCUs. I went to Kentucky State University in the SWAC. So, we need to, take a hold of this train while it's going and everybody jump on board and start putting this money in these programs.
Let's get it. It need to be a full-fledged force, man. Full push ahead, man. Appreciate the call, man.
All right, peace.
Let's get, man. I'm loving the energy. Come on, man. I'm loving the energy. Let's keep it rolling. Hey, calling you live. Timer rolling.
What's up, Scotty? This is Marty again from Detroit.
Talk to me, Marty.
A little bit under the weather, but I just want to say, man, people can say anything negative about somebody. Just pull it out there. I don't know. Out their ass. I don't know. But how can anybody say something bad about what Deion is doing for the HBCUs? You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And another thing, just like the guy said right before I called, what DB in America can look Deion in the eye and say no, man? You know what I'm saying? Deion's telling me that you're gonna be the next me, you're gonna be better than me. But anyway, I can't wait to see the day when Jackson State, Tennessee State, one of these take on one of these Alabamas, one of these Ohio States, and whoop them, man. You know.
Now listen, I will. I'm not gonna put it. I'm not gonna say I don't want to see the game, because I definitely do. But what I will tell you is Deion already said he doesn't like money games, so that's gonna be up in the air. That's a little. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna tell you that is gonna be in the future coming, but I think it needs to happen. I don't want to. It doesn't even happen. I don't even. If I'm being honest, I don't even care if he never plays a Power 5 school. I want to see the James Madisons. I want to see North Dakota State. I want to see South Dakota. I want to see you go beat them Bamas up. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to go see. That's what I want to see.
I mean, pretty soon, in about what, 5-6 years, he's gonna have so many top players. He's gonna be making so much noise. They're going to be knocking his door down to play him. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, it's all like I said, it all depends on how Deion keeps pushing this narrative. If he keeps running the tables, but he has to beat out of conference teams. That's the key. You have to be looked at as like, okay, Jackson State is really a force. You have to beat out of conference teams. That's the biggest thing. But other than that, man, I think Deion's got something special going. And listen, as much as I'm just as happy for him today, when the season come back around, if he ain't doing something right, I'ma criticize him. That's how this works. It ain't all gravy over here. So if he's doing good, congratulations. If you're doing bad, I'm gonna get on your ass. All right. So, but that's it.
All right,
man.
I got one thing I want to say.
Go ahead.
I don't know much about the HBCUs. I only been watching since Deion. You the first name when I, talked about searched up black college football commentators. You the first one came up, and I've been watching you for a year and a half. So can you do me a favor, bro?
Talk to me. I
don't know how these conferences break down. I don't know who is what. Can you do a video and breaking down the conferences and how that work out for
I will absolutely do that. Me and Blue, I'm gonna get with Blue, and I'm gonna do it with Blue, because I know he's super knowledgeable on that. You know what I'm saying? So we're definitely gonna do that, and I appreciate the advice. We're gonna make that happen for you.
Thank you, brother. You keep doing what you're doing, man.
All right, man. Appreciate it. That's a good. I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. We definitely gonna make that happen. Hey, caller, you live? Talk to me.
Scotty.
Yes, sir. You live? Talk to me.
Bro, this is O'Dub 205, Birmingham, Alabama.
Hey, turn your background down. Turn your background down.
Roger that. All right, Scotty. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now I'm live. Go ahead.
Yeah, bro. I just call in because I met you first. I've been following you. Thank you, first of all, for everything that you do. Yeah, thank you for everything that you do. I followed you since spring ball, and I met you and your lady at the Bethune-Cookman game in Alabama A&M in that monsoon where we beat them. I am a fifth-generation Alabama A&M alumni, and I want to drop 3 or 4 little Black History Facts Alabama edition. One, I grew up in a generation where Alabama didn't allow blacks to attend or play. They're blind, all of that. And people don't realize that. And I listen to these over 40-year-old black people saying roll tide. I can't say that. I wouldn't send one of my kids there because of that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Number 2, most people don't know that Alabama A&M is the largest producer of minority female engineers in the country.
Ooh.
And Huntsville is also the Silicon Valley for engineering. NASA, Boeing, and all those engineering firms are there. That is where my daughter is, and I had to fight to keep her from going PWI. You understand? I said, go here, start here, go anywhere. That's Alabama A&M slogan. And that's what we've got to do. And the last point that I want to talk about, from the day that they announced Jackson State, announced Deion Sanders, I said that that's a win for not only Jackson State, but for the conference and every member school. And the last Black History fact that you need to know, nobody's talking, Deion had a phenomenal recruiter, but quietly, Maynard has gotten himself 9 Division I commits.
Yep, you got 40 seconds.
Have a good season. Have a good season, Scotty. I'm ready to move the clock forward and see what the SWAC is going to do. Right now, I'm ready for it to be football
Man,
season.
who you telling?
Keep doing what you do, brother. And we need your platform. And I'm a 27-year vet in the media game, product of Alabama A&M mass communication program, and I will help you anywhere I can in the media game. I don't know if you met me, but we was in that monsoon 1 year later. I shook your hand coming out of that stadium that day, and we talked. I've been following you ever since, bro. One love.
No problem. Thank you, sir. I'm gonna text you after the I got your number. I'm gonna text you after the show.
27 years in, I got you, Doc.
All right, appreciate it.
No problem.
Hey, caller, you live? Talk to me.
What's up, Warded?
What's
It's
up?
me.
What's up there, Warded? What's your name? Where you come from?
Oh, this Chris from New Orleans.
Talk to me.
Couple of things I'm starting to see on the internet. Starting to see that Deion might be flipping 3 other recruits from Texas A&M. If you want to see some real mad, you know what, people? if he flips 3 people from Texas A&M, son, you gonna hear some enjoyable. You're gonna have some clips for motivation. I promise you that, and you know what I'm talking about.
Facts.
But a couple of things I think we need to worry about. What we not need to do is get too happy, just like we did with President Obama, and not realize it got to be a long-term game instead of just happiness about the moment.
I'm gonna pause your time. Hey, I know you about to preach. I pause your time. Hit these Bammers up. Hit these Bammers up. Go ahead. Tell them.
First of all, we need a foe to Deion Sanders. We don't just need Deion Sanders running up the score against everybody, Batum and all that. You know, I'm a Southern fan. I'm from New Orleans, so we do got the best band. Jackson, they're a little bitty boys. They do follow the boombox, so don't get that twisted. But look, what we need to worry about is we need to pressure other coaches to be getting in the league, so he has a foe. He needs a foe. If he don't have a rivalry, if he don't have at least 1 or 2 rivalries, then it's just gonna be a wash. Because all he's gonna be doing is begging for bigger schools to get to play against him. And you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna try to avoid him whatever every chance they get. So that's the one thing we need to worry about. Another thing we need to worry about is we got to pressure these schools not to blow this money and not to pocket this money. We don't need no corruption. We need honest people, because there's going to be a lot of influx of money. And the last thing we need is for scandals to happen, because that's what they're going to want to do. They're going to want. You don't think there's sharks circling around the schools right now figuring out how they could tear down this program, shut them down with illegal this and illegal that? That's all it's going to take is one type of recruitment, or they had strippers over here. That's what they're looking for. So we're gonna have to watch out for stuff like that. So I think the main thing is we need to focus on the future on about multiple people. We don't just need Deion doing this, because if it's Deion doing it, then guess what they're gonna keep repeating? Oh, only Deion could do it.
Yeah.
You got Hugh Douglas down there. We got to make sure we stay on his neck. Make sure that these crews know it's gonna be the struggle for these first couple of 1-1s. It ain't gonna be pretty, but if you stick with it, it's gonna be pretty in the long run. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So I think the main thing is we need to worry about. It need to be a whole totality thing, or it's just gonna be a one-off. We're gonna remember this day, and then it's gonna be another day in podcast land, and then you ain't gonna have nothing else, and that's what you don't need. That's not sustainable.
Facts. Come on, man. Everybody gotta step. Everybody around gotta step that game up. It's all good and dandy. Listen, we all can be happy for Jackson State and what has been accomplished historically. But then now you gotta put your big boy pants on and say, okay, at the end of the day, he's still my rival, and I gotta go get something.
Yeah, because look, I used to go to Bayou Classic every year, and I stopped going because I figured, And look, this is one thing we got to remember. We did make bands popping because we knew all the black quality athletes were gone. So we got to think called the 5th quarter now. So I think we just need to, just like we elevated ourselves with the bands, we got to elevate ourselves with the football team, start making stuff. Like, I just purchased that hat. I'm an SU fan. The main reason why I purchased that hat, because I'm going to have a hat on my head, and it's going to say F you to all these people that's simple-minded, don't want thing out the box. Same reason why I bought Big Baller Brand. Now look at his sons. We always talking slick about him, but now look at the long game. His sons are actually running stuff. So if you keep it going, and look, we also got to get on Master P. Why his son left? That's one thing. His son left HBCU. We all these little stories we need to follow up on. Keep people to the fire. Don't just be saying you're gonna sign with this, but then you don't put no long-term investment into it. So that's all I got to say. I'm out.
Man, appreciate the call, man. Hell yeah, appreciate the call. Let me see here. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
What's going on, Scotty?
What's good?
Calling from Missouri City, from New Orleans, Louisiana. Actually, from New Orleans, Louisiana, home of the LC Fauché Tarpons, where people, legends like Maurice Hurst, Aeneas Williams, Kirk Davenport, Kevin Lewis, Ambrose, Willie Plains, Willie Elmo, Eric Bias, Big T, and your boy Eric Dooley, okay? My boy gonna make some big differences down there in Southern this year, so I'm letting you know, so you can keep that. But now we all Grambling students. I'm a Grambling graduate, okay, class of '90. I want to let you know what's going on. I'm here in Houston now with these kids who go to U of H, and especially I got a couple of kids in the neighborhood that go to A&M, Texas A&M. So I'm like, man, what's going on with you? What you doing back at home? Well, man, I got hurt. What you mean you got hurt? Why you not back in school? Well, first of all, as long as you out there on the football field playing, you can mess with their women. You get free beer. You get anything you want. You get these classes that you not get no educational food cooking classes and classes that even work on just to keep you eligible to be able to produce on that football field. Once you're done on that football field and you ain't doing nothing, it's time to get you out of there. That's when you start getting the notes on your car. It's like, hey, you know, the N-word, get out of our school. Why are you here? Why are you getting stuff slid under my doors and stuff like that? So most of these kids wouldn't experience nothing like that because coming from an HBCU, you would never. I asked one of the kids, say, hey, man, how can you tell me you can go to a school like this and you go to a football game and there's 100,000 people there and the closest black person on the field is on the field, okay? Then you walking down the hallway, you don't even see them on campus. They walk around and say, man, dude, where the black kids at? You only at this school because you're playing sports or your athletic program or you got a minor, just maybe like 2% that's there for education for scholarships. And they say, well, if I had to pay to go here, the only reason why I'm here is because I'm getting a free ride. But if I had to pay, I wouldn't be here. That's the only reason why I'm here. So once you make that transition, the movie say, yeah, but once they decide they don't want me here, I have to make those transitions because it happens every year to a lot of kids who get there and they're not producing or what they want them to have, and they just kick them out. And then they have to go to Texas Southern or have to come back home and go to HCC or something like that. Now, wow. I'm just letting you know that what was the big scandal? I know my time running out, but what was the big thing about the people at Florida A&M was taking these students? Because I had a partner of mine that went to the University of Miami, and he was telling me, he said, man, he met some guys that played for Florida State, couldn't even spell the name, was putting them kids in classes just to make sure they had some grades, giving them anything in a speaking class, a cooking class, or anything else. They had tutors, high school students tutoring them to try to keep them in school, to give them some BS classes to keep them eligible just to be part of the football team. So I can't remember exactly how that went down, but I know at a HBCU that would never happen. You got teachers who was there, instructors was like your parents. You know, like, hey man, you didn't get your work done. I need to have this stuff done right then and there. Yeah. At these other schools, you there just a number. As long as you producing, playing sports for them, you're good. Other than that, they don't want you there. You need to be out of there. You need to be gone. Now, I couldn't be at a school where I'm paying my money and I know they don't want me there, and I'm going to my car and here it is. I got notes on my car telling me you need to be out of my school or they don't want you there no more. But if in this case that the percentage of the white folks that do go HBC, they never experience that kind of stuff like we do when we experience those things that happen at a white institution. So I don't know if it made sense to you, my brother, but I was just trying to throw it in there. Love you, Scotty. You're doing a good thing. It's about my second time talking to you on the phone. I really appreciate that.
Hey, no problem, man. Appreciate the call. Great information, man. Great insight. Thank you so much. Hey, listen, it is a literally, man, come on, let's not play, man. Let's not act. I'm gonna take two more callers and I'm done. All right, I'm gonna take two more callers. If your last four is not 5239 or 9739, the rest of y'all gonna have to hang up. I apologize, but I'm about to be on here 3 hours and me and my girl have not eaten all day. All right, so 5239 9739. Those are my last two callers. But let's be real. Let's be a whole buck out here, right? If you're not playing football, what else do they want from you? What else do they want from you? They still gonna look at you as some ordinary type guy, you know what I'm saying? Some ordinary type black guy. Like, let's not, man, like, I get it. It's all about survival. I understand completely what you're doing and why you're going to PWIs is about, you feel it's about your exposure and it's about your survival. I'm trying to get to the league. This is my best way to do it. But at the end of the day, they don't care about you. Boo-boo. All right? They don't care about you. Come on, man. You got like at the end of the day, man, you just got to understand that they don't care. I'm never going to bash a kid for wanting to take his talents to a PWI. But at the end of the day, just know you get what you asked for. All right? You're getting what you asked for. Don't come back crying, talk about it was hard for me to find a black pocket of space for me. It was hard to, unless it was the Black Student Union, it was hard for me to find myself at this university. Hell yeah. You at a school with 30,000 kids and 27.99 of them are white. Come on, bro. Miss me with that. All right. 2 callers and I'm done. Hey, caller, the timer's up. Let's go. Your timer's on. Talk to me.
Yo, what's going on, Scotty?
What's good?
All right, man, I got a couple questions for you, man. I've been listening, to your conversation and everything you've been saying this whole time. And I'll probably tell you afterward, but I play at right now I play at a PWI. And I've just been listening to, you talk and all the callers talk. And, I didn't play at 2 PWIs so far. And I was thinking of transferring, maybe to HBCU just because I'm just listening to what you're saying and also what the other callers have been saying as well. So I was wondering, what would you say, like if you're trying to, transfer again, what would you say would be the best way to convince your people why HBCU will be the best move overall?
Okay, let me ask you. I'm gonna pause this timer real quick, right? So if I told you to sell me a pen, how would you do it? Like if I gave you a pen and I told you to sell it to me, how would you do it?
I pretty much just explained to you, pretty much the good points of the pen, like maybe the type of ink or the durability of the pen and stuff like that, etc.
Okay, but you couldn't sell something to me if you don't know my needs. So you have to ask.
Correct.
So you have to ask the person first what my needs are. Why, what do you need a pen for? What kind of pens do you like? You know what I'm saying? What are you in the market for? Like you have to ask the right questions to get the right answers to understand where to go, where to take the kid. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know if I'm trying to convince you of something that I don't know what you're looking for, then it's always going to be a miss. I'm always going to miss. Go ahead.
And yeah, because like I said, I played at a PWI. I graduated and everything. I wish I would have went, but it's more or less for my nephew, right? Because my nephew right now, and I'll probably let you know about him after he's playing, because I don't know if this mess up or anything. He's currently playing at the PWI, right? And currently he wants to transfer to an HBCU. But the thing is, this is his second school. This is his second school he's transferred to. So his people don't want him constantly, transferring again. And of course, his parents are pro HBCU. They want him to go to HBCU at first, but in the beginning, he wanted to go to the PWI because the bigger and better facility. But then he realized it's there outside of football, there's not really no culture there. It's like, yeah, all the players are black, y'all all get along, but you probably have a way better experience if you go to HBCU, because there's certain things that HBCUs that you couldn't get, like such as some PWIs don't offer none of the defined non-fraternities and et cetera. So we were wondering, what should I do to convince his parents? Yeah, maybe this is another school, right? But hey, this would be a better option for him to finish out this HBCU, even though he transferred already twice.
I've never been a great salesman, but I've taken some sales classes, right? And what they always said about salesmen and sales classes is you have to ask the question to answer it with the sale, right? So if the son wants to go, so he's already on board. So you don't have to sell him anything. What you have to do is ask the questions of why the parents are worried about him transferring. What are some of their concerns? You know what I'm saying? And then once you learn, go ahead.
Because he so right now, at first he wants to major in kinesiology, right?
Okay.
But at first, it was like kinesiology, but it was something else that this certain HBCU he was going to go to at first didn't have. So he went to other school, right? So the only thing is, I think if he were to transfer to the HBCU right now, he probably could still major kinesiology, but the concentration may change. So it's just he may lose a couple credit hours, but overall he'll still be you know, in the right grade or whatever. But it's just the constant moving. But he really, but you know, like I said, I actually gave him the information to your show. I want to say yesterday once you started talking about the Hunter kid, and then I know I had him listen to it all day, and then it just convinced him more that he feel like this will be better overall than where he's at right now.
I feel as though it all depends on who has the ultimate decision, right? If the kid, you gotta like we in the military we call backwards planning, right? So the first thing is if he's on a full scholarship at where he's at, does anything transfer so he doesn't have to pay money? So figuring out the money issues and all that. That's the first thing. And then working backwards from there, right? Okay, you need a major. Let's reach out to a couple schools, see what we can do, get you a major. Do you want to play football? Continue playing football? Okay, cool. Let's find out schools that have football in the major. It's doing the due diligence and doing all that background work. So when you come to his peoples or whatever, everything they're going to ask about is already taken care of. We already got the football. We already talked to the coach. We already know he's going to have scholarship money or he might have to take financial aid for the first semester. We already know about the program he's doing. They got internships. They got this, they got that. It's knowing all those in between so that at the end of the day, when you bring that whole booklet of whatever you got to the parents or whatever, that they're saying, damn, okay, this looks good. Because moving, it's no different than, and I would tell if I had a cousin that was doing it, I'm like, you done moved 3 jobs in the past 2 years. It's no different. You finding what fits for you. It's your life. You know what I'm saying? This is not their life. This is your life. And you're trying to find the fit for you. So don't tell me because I done transferred 2 or 3 times that it's not a good situation for me. I'm trying to find the right situation for me. And once I do, I'm going to stay. You know what I'm saying? So it's you got to hit it on all levels. And I think if you kind of make it if you hit all the topics and you open those, you ask those questions, especially the parents' concerns, you can definitely find a way to make it work.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it, man. I'll do that.
No problem, man. Appreciate it. Last call right here. Hey, caller, you live? Talk to me. Hey, caller, you live? Talk to me. 9739, you live? Talk to me. All right. Hey, Ron, you live? Talk to me. You got replaced. What's up?
Ain't that amazing? For my last caller, the call in to emphasize on you, a college visit will really help. Because if he don't have the answers, somebody else on that campus will have the answers.
Mm-hmm.
Because most of the time when you go on a college visit, especially a black college visit, all the black people on that campus, they want you to go there. They don't even know your name. They don't even know where you're from. They don't care where you're from. They don't care how you got there. They'll feed you, do everything else that grandma do to you, they will do there. So that's probably the best thing besides what you said that will help the parents understand and to help the kid understand to make his best choice as far as like HBCU, because you don't know until you step in that environment. When you step in that environment, you can see, oh, okay, I like this. Okay, I don't like this. Okay, I need to go to another school to see what I like. See, you know, just to compare the opposite. But like with Deion and everything, if you build it, that will come. Deion is building something that's going to last forever in history. He's going to build something. Like Nick Saban in Alabama, they call it the Saban Factory. Deion building the primetime factory.
That's real.
And he laying out the foundation for all these schools. If you can't lay your foundation like this, you need to dig it up and rebuild. Because right now, there's only 2 schools, FAMU and Jackson State, that laid that foundation. If you build it, we will come. We got publicity, we got names, and we get athletes. So where the rest of y'all at? And another thing about Florida State, man, their accreditation is looking scary right now. I think that's why a lot of people are getting out of Florida State. They're going to court for their accreditation. So if that boy would have went to Florida State and possibly got a scholarship, his scholarship wouldn't mean shit.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's just something that's going on. Like they said, they sweep underneath the rug. They don't tell nobody. But when there's a black school, all hell breaking loose, all channel 8, channel 9, channel 10, channel 11 news channel telling everybody. But guess what? You ain't heard nothing about that. So just to keep that on your mind, white people keep stuff in secret, but when there's a black school, oh, they want to put it out in the forefront, make us look bad. Nah, we got to do the same thing that the white schools do to us. Nah, like what y'all got going on there, and why ain't y'all telling nobody?
That is.
But that's all I gotta say, Scotty.
No problem.
Be good, man.
Appreciate it, man. All right, man. I'm about to get up off this stream. Appreciate you guys for calling in, man. This was a great show. I apologize for anybody I didn't get to. We got to get something to eat. We haven't ate all day. Make sure you follow me. All right. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you become a member to the channel. All right. If you love what I'm doing, if you want to support black people this, black people that, black, support the damn channel. All right. It could be a one-time donation on Super Chat. I don't care. 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. I don't care. All right. One-time donation is fine with me. Follow me on IG and Twitter at OFFScript_TV. Listen, I respond to a lot of people on IG and Twitter. My girl be like, bro, your phone is always buzzing. All right. So I definitely make sure I get back with you guys if anybody hits me up or DMs me or messages me. All right. I try to do my best. Be very cognizant. All right. My everyday entrepreneur. Let me see if I got this on here. I don't. All right, my everyday entrepreneur show and hidden gems show. All right, my everyday entrepreneur show is going to be for business owners, CEOs, VPs, COOs, CFOs. I would love to do interviews with you guys to talk about your journey, your struggles, your highs, your lows, all that. All right, I want to teach people that, listen, there are different outlets than just going to the league. All right. There's more success in life than just going to the league. That's for everyday entrepreneurs. And also, I have a show with BJ Jones coming out. It's going to be called Hidden Gems, where you can send your tape of your seniors that have no offers, or you feel they should have better offers. Send it to me at OFFScript_TV on Twitter or my IG. You can also send it to BJ Jones at HBCU, Inside HBCU Football. All right. We're doing this for the kids. We want them to get exposure. We want them to be all that they can be. And we're not talking about the Army. All right. Also, last but not least, my national signing day, all right, for Bandwagon is January 3rd. Make sure you stay tuned in and locked in, all right? My Bandwagon will be on January 3rd, National Bandwagon Signing Day. All right, National Bandwagon Signing Day, January 3rd. Make sure you tune in and stay locked into that. All right, I don't know if I'm going to do another show tonight, but if I will, I'll let you know. Until next time, all right, you know what I'm going to do. I'm a holla. God bless. Make sure you like and subscribe on your way out. Make sure you become a member.